Not playing the song a second time today. Just going straight,
No, we don't need
going
that.
live,
We don't need that.
going live, going live. Not hearing that song twice. I don't know. I'm over it. I want to make a new one.
Oh, what's the which what we replacing?
I don't know. I don't know
Okay, that's
if I
cute.
could get the AI voices to
Okay.
actually have some canned voices, it would be
Hmm.
so much better.
Yeah,
So I've
you
been
know
able
the
to
AI
work with it some more and
races.
get better beats. Yeah, it's super. It's super.
It's just a little spotty.
Yeah,
It be like
and it's
that.
even a little sexist. You can't even get a good woman voice. Like they
Really?
yeah,
Character
it my
AI?
nah, not character AI.
Oh,
Character AI is
oh, this is
it's fine.
this.
It's fine.
Okay, this is
Yeah,
a
this is a
thing to
this
make
yeah
music. Got it.
yeah, and like even if you try to get a woman, like you specify a woman singer, like a woman alto or something, it'll give you a do it again.
Hmm.
It's patriarchy.
Swear word.
Patriarchy coded.
I don't
Yeah.
like being on this side. Can I be over here? Thank you.
I was waiting to see how
Yeah.
long it took.
Yeah, I was gonna do it immediately, but I've been, I thought, well, couldn't take it.
All
But
right,
hello,
cool.
everybody.
Hello, governor. Hello, governor.
Hello. Do I have my head covering on? Don't.
Yeah. All right. So now Bree don't even really know what she walking into.
I don't. Cause I'm sorry. Carry on.
All right. So listen. Today is actually it could be a little nerdy, but what I want to do is work with the idea of inference.
Okay. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
The idea of inference. So I have three. I have a small reaction, a larger reaction, which is thumbnail, and then I have an activity. Now I anticipated having Yellow, the fellow here as well, but he went to go see a man about a pickle, which I don't care about anybody's snack orientation. How you like to have snacks is how you like to have snacks.
Cause
That's
I like mine with peanut butter.
I mean, what? Hey, if y'all like it sticky, if y'all like it sweet, if y'all like it sour, I don't care how y'all like to have y'all snacks.
Let me go
Have
beat my
snacks the
cat.
way you want. She
Pause.
wants to go beat her cat. Oh Jesus
Sorry.
Christ! He wants to go see a
The
man about
real
a
cat.
pickle.
The
Bree
real
is
cat.
beating her cat. Oh Jesus Christ! Today is
The
going
real cat.
sideways.
Hold on, hold on.
What a what? I know. What a Patrick Black. So Bree trying to beat her cat. Pause. Yellow went to go see a man about a pickle.
Okay, cat didn't have to
Pause.
get beat. He got it together.
All right. So today we are working with inference, and I like to give Bree choices. So Bree, we can start with a little inferential activity.
Hmm.
We can start with my warm up dummy because today's stream is
Let's
about dudes that
pause.
don't get it. So we
Okay.
got a warm up dummy, and
Oh,
then
okay.
we got the thumbnail. Got the thumbnail dummy. So you want to start with the little inferential activity, the warm up dummy, or the
What's
target
the
dummy?
warm up, dummy?
It's some dude, Doggy Diamond TV, Diamond Doggy TV. Just some dude that didn't get it. He didn't get it. He thought he was sounding smart, and it just annoyed
Oh,
me.
okay, yeah. I was picking the warm up dummy.
Okay, let's start with
Cause
the
it got
warm up
warm
dummy.
up in the name. Don't they all got warm up? I don't know. I don't
What?
be listening. But go ahead. I be skipping.
Okay. All right.
No, I
All
listen,
right.
but I don't be retained. I don't.
It's okay.
I
I
need to
gotta
put my
work with what
head
I got.
covering on.
Yeah, it's all good.
Get my
Okay.
mind right.
Get your mind right.
When's
Just
the
like
full moon? I feel like this one's gonna be rough. Let me see.
hold up. Nintendo Switch. They making a new Nintendo Switch.
Trying to get some money. That's why I'm trying to see what
Doggy
the dollar finna be
Diamonds.
worth tomorrow. I'm talking about opening the store. I can't. I'm not gonna open the store. The dollar is worth 50 cents. Don't let him go out.
Woo! All right. Now, Yellow's
Buy
not
me
here.
one.
So, yeah, Patrick. We said
Buy
buy her
everybody on
one.
the stream one. Yeah.
I really want one. So you can just send
I'll
me the
tell you, he can
cash.
buy you one, and then I will
Send me the
collect the
cash. I
extras.
will get the Nintendo Switch 2 equivalent. I'll get the Switch 2 equivalent. You can
We
just
can
send me
give
the
you the
money.
old switches.
No. How about I get what I want instead of you giving me what you think I want? How
I
about
don't
that?
think you want that.
The money?
No, I'm not. I don't think I'm not giving you what I think you want. I'm just giving you what you're gonna get. Look, it's the
Oh,
pickle man.
hey, fresh off that pickle.
Hey, pickle man.
Hey, look,
Peanut butter pickles.
Pickles is his name. Pickles is his game.
I'm about to actually make. You know, I like to eat my pickle chips with peanut butter in the middle.
Pickle
Dang,
man.
Patrick. Dang,
Pickle
Patrick being
sandwiches.
selfish.
Nah, this the real pickle man right here. Shout out to 100 Watts in the building. That's the real pickle man right there.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
All
I'm gonna
right.
let him. I'm gonna let him
This
get his
a
get back one day.
Yeah. Let's go. All right. So today, man, we're gonna be dabbling in inference. This is something me and Bree been having this conversation over time, but I don't think we actually identified the word, and I realized what it was that was
mhm.
whooping everybody's tail. Was inference, implication,
Oh God, people are so bad at
intimation,
inference.
and
Oh my
that
God.
is that. So I was listening to the culmination, the Ryan Clark, and Andrew Schultz thing that's been started. It started with like the shits and gigs. We did a shits and gigs stream a while back.
Mm-hmm.
They finally had a sit down, and I was listening to Ryan Clark, and I saw that he was having a problem, and Andrew caught it too. I realized Andrew's smarter than he comes across a lot of times, because he caught it, and he caught that Ryan couldn't catch it, and I was like, huh, okay, so Ryan he ain't the smartest he like to let on. I'm like, that's cool. But then I watched another video. I don't even know how this came across my feed. I've never seen this dude before. That's what we getting ready to react to now. This dude, Doggy Diamonds TV. And he thought, as the worlds would say, he thought he ate. I wanted to slap this dude. I listened to him for like 2 minutes, and I wanted to slap him because he didn't get it. So this is about people that just don't get it. So we're gonna talk a little bit about inference, and I have a little activity. May not be fun. You know how my little activity be going. And then I just got some
We
jokes in
like
there
your
for good measure.
activities.
I appreciate it, but they don't always be fun. They just be interesting. I roll with interesting.
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 The girls that get it, get it.
Yeah, but this Negro right here, this nigga here, and I don't know. I don't know if it's the light skinnedness. I'm not even trying to make it that. But when I saw it,
Hey,
when I heard him
hold
talking,
on. Slow your roll, brother.
I'm
You
just
know
saying.
he was gonna interrupt.
Here's the deal, though. Right? He's one of them
Hey,
talking dead dudes. He's a talking dead dude. This dude is for me. This dude, when I heard him talking, I was like, he is the advertisement for Planned Parenthood. Like
The
he,
Talking Dead.
the talking dead. He is a billboard
My
for
headset's
abortion.
not working, so I gotta.
He gots to go. So I'm gonna let y'all. I'm gonna see what y'all think because it bothered me, and I wasn't even trying to preload it. Like, so y'all take my side. I want you. Let me get y'all's unvarnished opinion of this dude. I know it's an old fashioned one. I'm in my 40s.
Apologizing to them because I don't do public disrespect
Here we go.
and private apologies.
Let's
That's
go.
corny. We
That's corny.
apologize publicly. We let it be known. I wronged people. I wronged somebody, and I want them to forgive me because
Pause. Put the
I was
list
wrong. Man, shit. You know.
Man, shit.
And another thing, before well, I gotta
Man,
say this
shit.
too, because this is it's a saying that that bothers me.
Man, shit.
Homies, brothers, could we stop saying as a man? Could we just dead as a man? Could we just take that out of our vocabulary? When people say as a man, why do dudes keep saying as a man? As a man? No, for real. Really think about that. I'm very big on words
Are you?
and expression and what is as a man? Fuck else are you? Dudes be like, as a man? As a man? What the hell is as a man?
All right. Can we all just get along here? It is just real quick, real quick. First impression. First impression. I'm gonna speed this little slow talking stuff up.
I'm
Oh, slow
curious
time.
to see what his point of contention, like what situation trigger him to be tired of it? I'm curious to know. Like, so I'm still in the curious phase. Like, I'm still trying to
Solve. Okay.
discover where
All
it's
right.
coming from.
All right. Cool. Yellow. Anything?
Now I get where he coming from, but
Okay. Now I get his what he's saying is the problem, but I'm with Bree. Why is that a problem? But let's go. We'll let it go a little bit further.
What is as a man when you a man? I'm coming to you as a man. No, I thought you was coming as a goddamn koala bear. What the hell you mean as a man? Yo, as a man, now that I said it, watch you start seeing and hearing it more, and it's not gonna make any sense. What especially, yo, I'm coming to you as a goddamn puma. I'm coming to you as a man? What is this as a man shit? Could we just stop that? Just stop that. Just say I'm coming to you with respect. As a man? As a man? What else you coming as? Time out. But I'm just saying, like, as we grow and evolve, we leave the pause thing alone. We leave the weirdo innuendo when we speak. We just talk as grown-ups. But when niggas be like, as a man, it's like Kung Fu Master Brooklyn G, baby. Yeah. As the toad from the Five Deadly Venoms, I'm coming to you as Mitsuplex. I'm coming to you as Balrog. But you know a nigga named Balrog. You a serious nigga. As Balrog? What the fuck you talking about as a man? Can we just stop that? Can we just gotta just extract that from our vocabulary, homies. You ain't gotta come to me as no man. Please. I thought you already was. So what was you? So you coming to me now as a man. So what was you before? Or what did you consider yourself to be before? As zebras? As a leopard? Yo, man. As a Foo Fighter? Like, what the hell are you talking about? Now I'm telling you, as you navigate in cyberspace, you're going to be saying, people going to be saying, as a man? What are you talking about? So you just coming as a man now? The fuck was you before? Now you can say on grown man time.
this nigga.
Right.
He just over, like, he's purposely being literal for a figure of speech. That is very common.
Yes. Because he doesn't get the inference. He doesn't get what it implies. As a puma, as a koala bear.
Because we like literally never say that in speech.
As a Mithoplex. And there you go. Lost his whole argument.
I was willing to listen to him. Yeah, I was like, okay, let me hear him out. Let me see the angle he's coming at. What situation did he, how I'm trying to get an understanding of how it makes him feel when someone says to him. That's what I'm listening to him trying to understand. Like, it's making you feel some type of way. I'm trying to figure out what the type of way is.
But you can say grown man shit though. You can say homies. You can call people homies. You can label them homies. You can say grown man shit to qualify your stuff. Grown man shit. I'm about to have a potato. Grown man shit. That mean? What's he qualifying with grown man shit? Instead of saying as a man. As a man, I feel like men should protect women.
So he don't get it.
So he don't like that. But a man should protect women. Grown man shit. That actually makes less sense.
It's just as redundant. It's not any different.
Yeah, and it's, for me, depending on how the usage, I don't know exactly how he would use that. It just feels like a stamp, a validation that doesn't need to be there on the back end. Because you wouldn't start a sentence, grown man shit. I don't know. Either way, I see what you're saying. It's redundant, but I just don't. That one just feels weird. But as a man, for me, it's speaking from the identity from which you're coming from. Because we all wear multiple hats. We're all, as a mother, as a father, as a man, as a male in this society. When you say as a man, as a male in this society.
Most
as a
men I
father,
hear
as a
say
brother.
that is about to say some traditional masculinity frame
Exactly.
stuff.
Exactly.
So that's
Yeah.
what I understand it to me.
Mm-hmm.
Traditional masculine frame.
Yep. From the role of the man as this society sees it. That's what I'm speaking from. But then if you
Right.
speak as a police officer or as a teacher, we qualify from the identity or the hat that we're wearing. The
Yeah,
identity
no
that we're
one's
speaking
gonna
about.
say as the man and then say some super liberal shit
Yeah.
or progressive shit. Like no one's gonna say that. They're not gonna be like, as a
Yeah.
man, I think men should be able to wear all kind of like I just generally don't hear super progressive, liberal, fluid things after that statement. So I've just
Mhm.
come to gather that it means traditional masculine frame.
Yeah. Just a figure of speech that he shouldn't be bothered by. And it just like once he disqualified his own argument with the grown man shit. And I sat there and looked at it, I was like, okay, he's an idiot. But then I thought, like, this dude's going to buy doggy diamonds. Like, how could you be bothered by as a man talk about what am I koala bear? You're going by doggy diamonds. Like you're not even qualifying yourself as a man.
Is he gonna show us where? I guess they're gonna have a talk about it, but I'm like, is he gonna tell us like we ain't
Let's
gonna
go.
get?
Yeah,
I'm like trying to
let's
figure
go.
out why he's
Yeah,
so
why? I don't
hot and
know.
bothered.
I didn't see the whole live. I just saw this piece, and I didn't watch this entire piece because he set me off. I was a little triggered. I'm like, this dude, he can't be serious because I'm somebody that would say as a man. So I was personally affronted.
This nigga probably done said as a man.
I'm sure he has. As a koala bear.
Right. Everybody say it.
As a puma.
I've said as a man before.
As a
I've said as a man, as a grown ass man.
As a mitsuplex. What is a mitsuplex? Does anybody know what that is? Because he was naming gaming stuff.
Yeah, he was naming game, and I've heard of ball rock, but I don't know about
Ball rock was that boxer, Street Fighter, but mitsuplex, I never heard that. As a mitsuplex, that actually might be a thing to identify as. That sounds pretty amazing.
But it's like, as a man, yeah. No, coming to somebody, no, listen, coming to you as a man mean confronting a problem, responsibility on the talk. No, truth, magnificent, see, wise, intelligent. I don't get with that. Let me tell you something. When men start adapting talking points and dealing with stuff, how we hear women deal with it, that's a problem.
You can say grown man shit. That talking point.
But I don't know. I'm like,
but as a man, that talking point.
Now, A Woman to Woman by Shirley Brown, I thought she said, I'm coming to you woman to woman. And I heard women say, as a woman, and they're saying, as a woman, how can you jack that as a woman? You a woman. It's some like Susan B. Anthony shit. I'm not coming to nobody as no man.
what? So he understands it when women say it, but he don't understand it as.
Oh God! What are you coming to him as? So you're coming to him as a puma? I ain't coming to nobody as no man. What? I did not listen to this. I almost wish I
So
had.
he actually understands it then, because he just talked about when the women say it, like where it came from.
Yeah.
So he understands the idea behind it. But
So
he's attaching it to womanhood in some kind of way.
Yeah, it's worse. It's femphobia. It's that thing. It's I hate women so much. That's sad. Well, because the inference again. So now he's inferring that it's a woman's way of communicating.
Right. Yeah, we get it from women, so he don't like. Okay, I'm starting to see the thread. I'm trying to
crazy.
listen behind what he's saying, because he's not gonna say it. So I gotta listen behind.
Now he's definitely doing inference, because because now he's inferring that it's something women do, and that's why you shouldn't do it.
Right. But that's so stupid, because they're just using the English language. That's just so stupid. So everything a woman says, you can't say no more. You can't say where are the keys because your wife said it. So you got to find some alternative language that a woman won't use. Like that. This gets into the stupidity, man. This gets into the weeds This is crazy. This is some super red pill stuff. This is wild. He said because I ain't he. But what gets me though is that you circle the stupidity circles around till it backfire. That's the only problem I have with like a lot of red pill points. They circle around to stupidity and backfire. So you're so averse to saying something that a woman says that you would sit on a platform and say, "I'm not coming to anybody as a man."
Right.
Which invalidates your stance of not wanting to be equated to womanhood. Because if you're not a man now, okay, well, what are you? To his logic, what are you then?
I mean, most red pill men aren't very intelligent anyway. That's why they're so angry.
Jesus Christ.
Most super angry people be like, they don't be understanding shit, so they be mad all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Let's go. What else is?
Now I might say, yo, on grown man time, you know, we ain't no little boy, young shit. Yo, on grown man, but I ain't, yo, as a man, I'm coming to you as a man right now. When we start adapting womanly, that's the problem now. And it comes from drill rap. It comes from all of these things. A lot of dudes is raised by their mama. And they start adapting the characteristics, ways, actions, deeds, and lingo of women. And you deal with men like me, and then you coming to me, and all I hear is bitch.
Wait, did he just say coming to men like me, but he's not coming to anybody as a man? He's not coming to anybody as a man.
And then he goes to further delineate that men can be different. I mean, which is the problem. Like you're deciding that all men aren't created equal. Right?
What is
all men aren't created equal. There are different archetypes of masculinity. So that is the point of saying as a man, because you're talking about what frame you're speaking from. So that you relate. God. You relate. You know what I mean? Because like typically, if two men say I'm coming to you like man to man, like they finna be on some like traditional nigga stuff. Like that's just what I know. And most men don't always operate in that space. So I kind of get why they say it.
Yes.
So I don't know. He just so basically he hates women. Got it.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Adapting the characteristics, ways, actions, deeds, and lingo of women, and you deal with men like me, and then you come into me, and all I hear is bitch. I'm just being real. When I say bitch is not gender. I'm just saying, I just hear, it's a little. So you don't come to me and say, as a man. Oh no, I thought I was looking at a fucking frog.
But you don't come to anybody
as a man. You should just be coming to, yo, listen, I gotta holler at you. On some real shit. As a man, it's like.
So a woman can't come as a man. Shit? This dude is so dumb.
And then sometimes when they say as a man, they feel like that makes it better. I'm coming to you as a man. Listen, that don't make it better. Stop using talking points. Stop saying diabolical. Stop saying.
Golly. So he don't even understand. So I like the way he actually used the language differently. Because he doesn't. He's negating the different inference there too, saying it a different way. The tone shift. I'm coming to you as a man. That's almost like a plea. Like I'm trying to be straight up with you. As opposed to the first way, which is an assertion. As a man, I think that's some goofy stuff you over there doing. Like just from my lane of thinking. But the other way, I'm trying to come to as a man. That's actually a different posture. So he actually picks up on different postures of the as a man, but he's negating it and putting it up with every little saying. You can't say diabolical.
He just don't want men to do anything women do, because he might.
Yeah, which is
he potentially just struggles to know what you are once you start to, use the language differently.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, ain't allowed to use words. If a woman says that, you can't say. Any woman that says it or says something that's popular, you can't say it ever.
Saying the fuck, all of that is women shit. And see, this is dude's problem. You coming to me as a man, but all I hear is women. All I hear is sayings, cliches, slogans, ways and actions of women. So when you come to me as a man and you like the fuck and it's diabolical, and that's not man shit to me. That's not man shit. I know. I don't do it anymore.
What is man shit though? What is man
you know
shit
who?
though?
Sometimes men who be around women actually say stuff like that. You know, sometimes like when you around your girl and she say stuff, you start to say stuff because like people who are around people pick up each other's language. So like you questioning the men who saying stuff they probably hear their girls say all the time. Like it's actually not that weird.
He's got diamonds in his name. There's nothing more feminine.
But it's
Women
really
wanted diamonds.
Yeah, but it's really not that weird. Like it's really not that weird.
If anything a woman would do, you can't be after diamonds. Women be wanting diamonds. Why you want diamonds?
Yeah.
Women want diamonds. Why you want diamonds?
It's just so dumb. He
dog.
He don't want any femininity in his space. He don't want it at all. Cause like I know a lot of men be like, you know, like if you're around women, like just like if we're around men, like you're gonna trade. You start to mimic each other. So I don't know. Some of the stuff, it's like you're attacking those men, but those men are probably actually in relationship with women, or at least relating to women or talking to women, which is a good thing. If they're straight, they want to be with women. They should be around women. So
like I don't. It's funny though. That's what the one thing I would say about like culture and how it bleeds and how you can lose the place of origin. Like almost everything he's doing comes out of the feminine framing in culture. So like on his backdrop, he's got no filter. Men always were supposed to have a filter and are expected to emotionally regulate. Women were the first ones to try to drop the filter and be, I'm keeping it real. I'm blah, blah, blah. So that's coming from the feminine context. Doggy.
And no filter was definitely from women in social media space, because you used to have the filters and you would just post your picture with no filter and you'd be like hashtag no
that
filter.
Too. Doggy.
So
that's
even
not
on
a masculine way of talking about dogs.
Especially on social media, like no filter is completely a feminine thing.
Yeah. But even just speaking about the way you speak though, men would never you could never go around just having no filter. Men have repercussions for being unfiltered. There was no place in society where a man can speak like, you know, you go in space with women and children around, you can't speak like that. The only way you could actually have a no filter was around your fellas. Like that was the old way. You know, you didn't speak, you didn't cuss in public, you didn't, you know, there was a lot of filters on men. So having no filter was something that women picked up first because they were allowed to express.
Okay.
Like, yeah, he's picking up so many feminine aspects, but he just don't even know it.
He's such a bot. Okay.
It's crazy.
So stop saying you coming as a man.
Big bot activity.
Right. I'm just like want to hear this windmill and like see if it's chat chicken.
Oh my God, you get to talk like women, and I feel so oppressed enough that I can't say certain things because women also say them. Holy shit.
Right. He's so weird.
Nigga, just say did, is, was.
Right. That's what I'm like, if you're around women, you're gonna start saying shit. Like,
right.
I say bruh all the time because I'm like talking to dudes, or like my husband says it all the time. So I even say bruh.
I would say the amount of shit that we done picked up between you,
right,
right,
snacks. Right. But that just means you're actually talking to and engaging with women, which like I feel like that's not inherently a bad thing. Like that's actually the problem. A lot of these people are so separated. They're not engaging and they can't relate to the people they want to be with. So it's like alien, you know, it's too far apart. So it's actually good to be able to relate to the people you want to be in contact with.
Man.
And you're not. And look at you, V. Smith. You going far to try to misspell. Get the fuck up out of here. Get them out of here. You get what I'm saying? As a man.
Did you just block or have somebody block that didn't agree with you from the chat?
Yeah. This Priscilla.
That's very masculine, sir.
This
Can't
Priscilla,
handle disagreement.
This Priscilla Dark.
It's crazy.
Fuck it, you. What was you before that? So we don't need to address each other like that.
That's
If we
crazy.
need to do conflict resolution, let's not come to each other as a man. Let's just come to each other as fucking grown adults and admit our immaturity.
What kind of a grown adult would you be? A grown woman
Why would you be grown
or a
and
grown
adult?
man?
Isn't grown adulthood?
It is.
Why you say
It's
grown,
redundant.
grown?
It's redundant. But if you're gonna be a grown
But why
adult,
can't I
which
look at you and just see you grown like I can look at you and see you're a man? Why you got to say
no,
we're
he wants
having
you to come as a grown adult.
a grown adult conversation?
Yeah, a grown adult. He doubling down on the maturity. So I mean, but
Right, but just so like I can see that you're a man, can't you see that I'm a grown adult?
man, but he's not coming to you like a man. He's coming to you as a grown, mature adult.
I'm
Over
grown.
18.
I'm grown cubed.
Oh, shit.
Let's admit our mistakes, but saying as a man does not raise the vibration of, I'm telling the truth because I can't be you as a
Vibration.
man.
Whoa, that's a feminine talking point. Vibrations.
He just don't like the frame. It's like you're saying reject femininity, but then you're mad when people want to frame it in masculinity. So stupid. Why is he so mad? I feel like he just gonna talk himself. He just gonna argue with the chat. You can argue with the chat.
Stan, why are you so mad? I do want you as a fan. I
Diamond
just don't want
TV,
you to
bro.
do some crazy shit. Like get on live and tell niggas that they can't say man to man and shit. Goofy.
It's weird,
Fucking
man.
Stan. He is Stan. Only Stans do stupid shit like that. Or Hubert. This bitch his real name Hubert.
It's a Hubert. Yeah, it's a Hubert. For real.
He's a
This
Hubert.
is a Hubert. He looked like a Hubert.
Clarence.
What up, Bo?
I forgot
Clarence.
there was Captain America too.
What?
Before he was Captain Compton, he was Clarence.
He was
Doc.
Clarence?
In 8 Mile.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
This guy's a gangster. His real
His
name's
name is
Clarence.
Clarence.
Man, this dude is a weirdo. But what really got me when I saw the clip and I was befuddled. I was confused. I was lost. I was bewildered.
Glasses on.
But what he's talking about?
You
This dude had like a 250,000 people to listen to this dude. That's what really beat me.
Of course.
Why people listen to this?
Yes.
Oh my god.
People listen to Priscilla.
But Priscilla's smarter.
No,
Pressure
this is
Fit
Priscilla for men.
No, she's not.
She's not.
No, she's not.
This is Priscilla.
So right, none of these people are smarter. That's the
They
whole
all
point.
the same.
They're all just
skewed
shit.
to extreme viewpoints and contrary to
they're
what the thing they hate.
extreme. But now this is the only clip I've seen of him, and it was stupid. He might actually make sense to some because I've seen Priscilla make sense. I've seen Fresh and Fit make sense.
Yeah, he
But
probably
overall, they're stupid. But
point.
this was so dumb. I was like, oh.
he probably talk about masculinity and stuff.
Right.
Oh. I was offended.
Don't.
I told
It don't
YouTube
move the needle.
never
It
to
don't make
recommend this channel again.
Nah, he came to me as a man.
They thought it was the Yellow family member or something.
Listen, that's what I'm saying. The truth magnificent. I
The
know
hat
it
and the
is,
beard and the
but the
black
fact that
shirt.
we adapted certain lingo and the characteristics that goes with the
Shut your
lingo,
mouth.
it's not a man.
Get a yellow.
He gonna talk in
Plain.
circles. He
Now
ain't
we can
got
say,
it.
yo, we need to have a grown man.
He just keeps saying the same thing, and it's so dumb.
It is. Hold up, but I think he about to mess up.
So it's not a man. Now we can say, yo, we need to have a grown man conversation. That's different.
How?
It's the same.
We need to have a grown
He
man
wants it.
conversation.
He just needs to know you're above the age of 18 before you can have a conversation with him.
This is crazy.
He needs to make sure you're an adult before you have, the conversation. He's really concerned about that. You know what I would infer is he seems very occupied with age.
Here we go.
If I was making
Here we go.
wild assumptions that I
Here we
can't
go.
possibly prove. Me to my inference, you ask me how I would hear what he's saying. I don't even care about him sounding stupid. I'm past that. I already know that. Now I'm listening to see what this is telling me about you.
His fixation on
what his language
anti-woman
fixation
and his fixation on maturity, grown.
Right.
What is that? What is that countering? Like, why are you?
Right. That's how I
You're
listen to people.
protesting. You're protesting minority too much.
Right. Like
Your
once I
mind's
know
on
somebody
minority.
dumb, I'm just like, okay, they're dumb, but that's neither here nor there. Most people are dumb. Like, what is your archetype of stupidity?
Grown adult, grown
Yeah, this
mature.
light
Yes.
work, because I mean we already know he goofy. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, this light work.
Yeah, this is just a dummy. Yeah, this is just a dummy.
He said it before he played it. He said warm up.
Yeah.
Yep. You said it. You called it. I said okay. We ain't not expecting too much here.
Yeah, because as soon as he said, as a man, as a problem, I was like, wow, I've never heard anybody say that. No, I'm sorry. I'm lying. Somewhere during the pandemic, I did hear somebody say that one time. They didn't like it, but I can't remember who it was
We
or
do
where.
need to call it a pandemic.
Yeah.
You ain't never
Then to
lied.
say I'm coming to you as a man, like yo, me and you need to talk as two grown men. So that means when we establish that
Me and you
anybody
need to
that
talk
got
as
any
two
little boy
grown men.
practices, any little boy
Little boy,
ideologies,
your
and
little
we can't
boy,
talk
little
like
boy.
two grown adults,
Dang, Bree. Okay.
then we can't do it.
Yeah.
But as a
Exactly.
Now what he said was true. Once
Mhm.
you say this thing, you're gonna hear it everywhere. And as soon as Bree said that, now that's all I'm hearing is dang. Okay. That's crazy.
I apologize as a man. The fuck you was? What was you, a genie before that? Like, what you mean? I apologize as a man, huh? So what do?
Yeah.
So if you didn't apologize, what was you
Hold
before?
on, I'll be right
This
back.
nigga can't babysit.
And again, we be adapting cliches, slogans, and verbiage that the ladies be doing. And respectfully, I'm gonna say respectfully, and this, y'all take this for whatever.
Respectfully. I'm not even sure that the first time I heard that
Okay.
wasn't from women.
Now I was gonna say, the reason I hear it the way I hear it, I'm listening to his own statement in the beginning when he opened up his soliloquy. And he was saying that I can look at you and tell you're a man,
Yeah.
but you can't look at someone and tell they're an adult. How could this be problematic in other realms of your life? That's like how I hear it. So you can look at someone and know that they're a man, but you seem to definitely need people to let you know they're grown. So then you struggle with knowing when people are of age.
A minor.
It's just a thought. Like,
Yeah,
completely no way to substantiate this, but I'm just using it for argument.
But his language backs that up. Throughout the
Right.
entire thing, he keeps bringing that age thing up unnecessarily.
Because the reason it should apply across things. Okay, well, if we're saying let's drop things that we can look at people and deduce, why is age not one of those things?
Especially when you're having a conversation with people that are coming to you talking about, I'm coming to you as a man. How many children do that?
None.
So like we could eliminate the boys and girls under age 18. That I'm coming to you as a man. There might be some young boys, young men who come up to you, 14 to 18. I can see the young men. I'm coming to you. I can see that. But they ain't that many minors.
Yeah,
in this conversation. Yeah, the conversation that he's having. Yeah. The conversation that he's having is he's talking about adults. That should have been understood.
Because nobody under the age of like 30 is opening a conversation like that. Like no dude under a certain age is opening it. It's like an older guy.
That's
like,
facts.
Okay, you want to date my daughter? You having a man-to-man conversation now. Like only old niggas say that.
Yep. Dang, bro, you done put that thought in my head now I can't unhear it. Because he's focused so much on the grown adult.
A lot of women be using cliche slogans and words that they get from mooks. I'm just being real. All that is
from
given and more and all that.
Movies.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That ain't how women talk. That's from mooks. So then
got
it from mooks.
I don't know what a mook is.
Yeah, I'm confused.
What's a mook?
Too. I thought that's what they used on black people. Moolies, mooks. I always heard
about
black
folks. I'm sure there's some regional slang.
Yeah, it might be some of that East Coast stuff.
because they got a little Mookie friend or some Mookie about it, and
Oh
then
Lord.
you adapting they shit, and you don't even know.
I
You
thought he
talking
said
like a mook now.
movies. Now what the heck is a mook?
I'm
I
telling
think it's
you.
a stupid person.
And how I learned that?
That
Women
is a
taught me.
mook.
Some of the stuff they
What?
say.
What? Did they just say
come
women
from-
taught me?
I'm telling
Jesus
you.
Christ.
And how I learned that? Women taught me.
Oh.
Some of the stuff they say come from them folks.
So he's not just using phrases, he's using an entire ideology that he learned from women and passing that on, but won't let you say a phrase that's derived from something a woman would also say, like as a woman. This dude's crazy. That's crazy. I learned this from women.
He's so normal.
I learned this from women.
That's the crazy thing. Like he's so
Them
normal.
lashes and all.
He's not normal.
No, he's very normal.
No. I refuse, bro. I refuse
Okay.
to believe that. I know you've been
These be
saying
the
that for a
niggas who
minute.
be telling you to leave. Yeah. Imagine
Yeah,
dating this nigga. Like, yep.
this my brother's friends in there. It's a
Yeah.
lot,
No, Yella.
it's a lot of the niggas I came up with.
Yeah, this is normal man
No.
stuff. This is
No.
men. Okay.
No.
He's like, no.
Yeah, like they still stuck, bro. Like
Yeah.
they still stuck. I'll be talking to them niggas. They be dropping the F-bomb in the middle of the
It's how
conversation.
they
I'll be like,
sound.
damn, cuz, like shit, we still there, G? We
Why are
ain't
you
like that, huh?
why are you on 200? Hold on.
He's just on
Man.
a different mic. His mic switched up.
Oh, okay.
Nah, I finally got him the other one. Yeah.
We had to
It's,
slide you down, Pookie.
oh shit, y'all know I'm live. Be prepared.
Damn, welcome back.
Get ready to get out the way, nigga.
Let me turn my headphones down. It's cool. Let me raise my voice.
As a
Nice.
man,
You speak up. As a
should
man,
adjust
you
your
need to speak
microphone.
up.
As a man, don't tell me how to talk.
Spell talk.
Talk.
Yeah.
TAWK.
Exactly. Thank you. You heard it. You heard it.
I heard. As a man, I heard.
From them folks.
Folks.
Them lashes and all that. That shit ain't. Just really think about it. If you are something and you're trying to be something else, then you need those things and those tools to make you something else, because you naturally don't have it. So you're gonna need the lashes. You're gonna need the wig. You're gonna need the BBL. You're gonna need the jugs. You're gonna need all that shit. So somehow the women got tricked into thinking they need what they already got, because they trying to be like you, and then you turn around and try to be like them, and then you adapt their language, their ways and actions, character and deeds, and then we sitting there listening to them. And then we start talking to each other as a man. I'm telling you. I don't partake in none of that. So when certain people speak certain language, I'll be like, nah, nigga, bro. He a chick. Look how he talk. We ain't gonna relate. He not gonna understand, because he trying to talk as a man. As a man. Just really think about that. As a man. But who think they a man? The other kinds, this is what I'm saying. I'm telling y'all, man. I know sometimes some of the shit I say is not really all that palatable because of my delivery. I know, I understand. Sometimes, the medicine is.
I see why he popular. He anti-LGBT. He talk down on women and gay people. Yeah. So that'll get you. That'll get you some audience.
If all the red didn't give it away, I mean.
Man. I'm like, you can't be this stupid and get a following, but I mean, you can be stupid and get a
this
following.
He's normal. He's absolutely normal.
Man, I don't know. Yeah, you and Yella saying that, man. I don't want to believe that.
He's so normal for a black guy.
Oh God, this is terrible.
I'm just saying.
Ohio really must be a weird place, man. I don't know.
I just think in general, like, it's niggas down here in the A like that. I mean, it's most niggas above a certain age.
No dudes act like that, talk like
above,
that.
Like,
went to school with no dudes.
I would say above age 30 something. Like, I feel like most guys are kind of more like this.
There are a
That's
lot of your
crazy.
contemporaries, nigga.
Yeah, your contemporaries for sure. Gen X.
Nah, this must be regional, man. This ain't Ohio. Ohio ain't like this.
Yeah, nigga. We both Midwest niggas.
Nah, we got Indiana. Indiana is between us and y'all.
I mean, because it's like it's okay. Like I will say, like you have to be in specific spaces. I feel like a lot of times to hear them talk like this. I'm not saying all men are like this, but you usually have to be like gotta be like 4 or 5 niggas. They gotta be drinking a couple beers and then some old heads. They start sounding like this. They don't always sound like this, but you can tell they act that they're like this. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
these probably the niggas that hang
like
around
this.
my sisters.
No, my daddy like this. He believes some of this shit.
And see, he's anti-pause though, Watts. He's anti-pause. So if he yell pause, he a hypocrite. He said, don't yell
but
pause.
the people around him feel the need to say it a lot. That's why he hears it so much too.
That's fact.
So it's like also, I mean, if you in this lane, you're gonna say pause. You know, they all laugh the same too. I hate their fucking laugh.
Okay.
They all sound like they got high blood pressure and low IQ. That's the best way to describe it. It's a high blood pressure, low IQ laugh.
Don't do us like that. Don't do us like that. Oh, that was dirty. High blood pressure, low IQ. Dang.
Don't taste good. But the effect of the medicine beats the taste. You ever took black seed oil? Black seed oil don't taste good. But if you a man,
as a man,
black seed oil, your lady will appreciate you. That's all I'm gonna say. It don't taste good. But for what you doing,
but as a man,
you taking it for,
if you take black seed oil,
that's all I'm saying.
As a woman.
So as a man, you taking something to enhance your performance, brother? That's what you doing?
As a man, he's taking.
As a man, it just don't work no more, huh? You need flaxseed oil, huh? You can't do it on natural way. Only women use enhancements.
This dude, wow.
But it's still the medicine, especially if it's holistic.
Don't let no nigga like this
as a man.
Stay home.
Demore and whatever. Say some of this shit.
Don't let no man like this convince you to be a stay-at-home wife. You're in danger.
He gonna have you buying flaxseed oil all the time.
Jesus Christ.
Because it's not a part of my vocabulary. I just don't let people talk to me. I don't talk to people that talk a certain way. Seriously. I just don't like, yo, hold on. As a man?
As a man?
Look at this nigga talking. So who was this nigga before? This nigga was a marsupial or something like that.
Marsupial?
I love men who like what, they get to not be men if they say certain things. I bet it's like super convenient if you, also choose to fuck them. Like, I bet it's super convenient that they can move in and out of gender based on what they say. That's probably a really convenient trick.
So how is being able to say marsupial more masculine than as a man? That's more letters.
It is. And it sound more feminine.
It sounds way more feminine to say marsupial, nigga. I'm like, who just randomly drops marsupial? Who just randomly drops that in the conversation, bro?
Right.
It's weird.
Dude, it is, man. It is. Plus, I always said, never mind.
Weird.
It don't make no sense. And again, this is why the feelings and emotions be the way they be, because dudes be having the mindset of women who's cosplaying people who's trying to be like them.
My God, nigga, you acting like a woman sitting up here talking about you got the ick because a nigga saying as the man, and you basically complaining about your icks.
Yeah, that's what he doing, man.
Oh my God, he said as a man, such a turnoff.
It's crazy.
Same.
It's not very attractive for him to say that.
Nah,
that's a man. Like, what are you supposed to be?
Give me the ick, Nick.
Giving me the ick, Nick.
He spent 15 minutes complaining about dudes
he just talked in circles.
Well,
that was cute. He ain't done?
Yes. He got another minute. I mean, he got another 20. We can stop it though. He ain't gonna say nothing brand new.
Yeah,
He
he do
probably
go
gonna
in
say,
this
I
circle.
guarantee he say as a man again.
Let's see.
All
He looking
right,
like a man.
let's see.
And it's so confusing that anybody that has a certain lifestyle or carry themselves a certain way, that's why they parade it in front of us. But that's a
Okay,
whole nother.
that's why. Yeah, he's attracted to transgender.
Mm-hmm.
He just
That's what I
slipped on
said.
that
The
one.
gender changes
Yeah,
like a lot for him.
yeah,
It's really hard for him to keep everything in order when you say certain things. So you got to be very man for him. So he knows for sure you're a
yeah,
man. He
yeah.
needs to
Yup,
know that you're a
yup,
man and you're an
yup.
above age man. He really
Yeah,
needs. That's really important for him.
yeah. Yep.
That's what I heard.
Women
I just need to know that you're an of age man for real.
Mm-hmm.
It's
who's
good to know.
cosplaying
He's talking about cosplaying.
shouldn't
Hold
be
up.
the way they
I
be
like cosplay.
because dudes be having the mindset
You
of
cosplaying
women
as somebody who act
who's
like they know what the
cosplaying
fuck they talking about. Like you're
people
cosplaying
who's
as
trying
somebody who
to
know what they
be
talking
like.
about. That's
The
exactly
great
what you doing.
pandemic.
Right. You cosplaying 2022.
This is bad.
We did this. See, this is why now doesn't exist. Nigga, we did this 3 years ago. He's slow.
I'm
He
stuck in a
running.
space time continuum.
He is slow
Right.
for sure.
Yeah, see, he moving slow. So his time is relative, nigga. We did the word police in 2022. We passed that already.
I am on the word police squad, and we had layoffs, but we still here. Trump's
Yeah,
coming
y'all,
for us.
y'all
Yeah,
had to
Trump's
cut.
coming for us. We had them cuts. Them
Doge.
DEI hires got
Yeah,
Doge.
the word
Doge got
police,
us.
language
Doge
police definitely got a lot of DEI.
do, do, as a
Doge
man, do.
definitely cut us right. We
Put the
got
do in
hit.
Doge. Man.
Oh
Like
man.
them. And it's so confusing
Nah, it
that
ain't
anybody
confusing.
that has a certain lifestyle or carry themselves a certain way,
There's no lifestyle or way that you can carry yourself where you confuse men and women.
I mean,
that's
Yeah, I
Wait a
finna
minute.
say, I don't know, bro. I'm gonna have to. We're gonna have to come to terms with 2025 and how this shit progressing, my nigga.
Explain it
I,
to me. Explain
I
it to
ain't.
wait,
me.
I just said I kind of have her. I was reading tariffs. I'm sorry. That's why I laughed. I was like, maybe I misheard what Rashawn said. I didn't hear the whole.
He said. He
Yeah.
said you ain't. He said you ain't. What did you say? You
Ain't
just ain't
no,
out
because
here
he said
mistake.
that it's confusing. Certain people that move a certain way or their lifestyle. Basically genders it's hard to know who's who between men and women based on how you move or your lifestyle. So I'm not gonna be like a celebrity chef and not be able to tell what a woman looks like or a man looks like. I understand like gynophilic people who fashion themselves as women or people that fashion themselves as men, but the general look and behavior of men and women are still distinct enough that you can tell the difference. Which is why
Well,
he started. He
Hey
started
man,
with he
yeah, he
started
said
with
he just need to know who bosom he can cry in. Okay, he
yeah, that's
might
what he
lay in
needs.
the bed, you know,
Yeah.
I know somebody
head to
offering
head.
bosom.
Yep.
Right? He know. He don't know.
Yeah, he need a manly bosom.
Wow, this is amazing.
why they parade it in front of us. But that's a whole nother
Parading it in
scientific
front of you.
conversation that a lot of people
It's scientific why they're parading it in front of you.
Child, this is
ain't
Dochi's
ready
red
for,
flag,
and I can
honey.
only go but so far on this platform.
You can only go so far. You can only talk
Yeah, because
about
he's secretly down low. That's my problem. It
that's yeah.
wasn't the heterosexual. It's not the heterosexual dude. It's the secretly down
Yeah,
low nigga.
it's
Yeah.
the one. That's why I say we need to start calling them what they are because they're not heterosexual. They are.
Right.
But let him
They're
tell it
alpha
he is,
male
even though he
podcast.
can't tell who's what based off what they say. I mean,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
but
I mean, he's no different from a early a newly transitioned woman,
Ooh.
right? Like they exaggerate women a lot. Like when a man's trying to become a man, he want to exaggerate man a lot. He gonna do what he think man's supposed to do, right?
Yeah, I always thought it was just the strangest idea to say, like, it's, I don't know, it's, you can, like, gender is so fluid. Like, it's kind of crazy because the people who don't, like, care for the Rainbow Coalition, like, have the most fluid ideologies about what makes people the gender they are. Like,
That's fair.
it's kind of crazy. Like, when you hear them talk, their idea of what makes a man, a woman is just, or even more fluid, just as fluid as the Rainbow Coalition that they claim they hate when they do that. It's like, y'all, but you doing it
say
too.
certain things.
Right. Yep. Ideologically, you are just as gender fluid as they are physically gender fluid.
Mm-hmm. So as soon as you say as a man, you're no longer being a man. So,
or if you say period, poo, or diabolical, a woman now. So it's like, your ideology is just as gender fluid as they exist.
That's facts.
I always thought that was strange juxtaposition.
Yeah, I feel you, Watts, man. There's some people that'll fool you out here. I'm just saying, just by and large, generally speaking, the men and women ain't that overlap. The overlap.
Yeah, because I mean that's like a full set of trans people that are like actually trying to pass. This man just talking about people using words.
Right. As a man.
Like using words does not make gender that confusing.
That's me.
Ain't nobody looking at Yella or Rashawn ass, and if they say period poo, they're like, oh my God, are you a woman?
No, I had that confusion.
I mean,
that happened. That happened. They questioned.
So what are you? What are we? That's what they need to start saying. So what are we now?
I mean,
if you say period poo, they're like, what are we now?
Right.
They need to start saying it.
Yeah, they started a whole stream like, I don't even know what this is. Is that a man? Is that a woman? I was like, okay.
They did though. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's actually concerning. It's actually.
I don't even know what that is. Criticizing me. Hot dog down the hallway. All right, man. Let's wash away the toxicity with a little joke.
Is that Takara thick ass?
Yes, it is.
Man, look, shout out to
he was
her.
Gonna see.
Wait a minute. How can you tell she was a woman?
I was thinking in my head because I was like, how long is it gonna take Yella?
It take Yella as long to say thick as it take a dude does. As a man.
As a man, she thick as hell. Man, Takara just be standing thick, boy. Like, everything about her thick. Like when she stopped moving on stage, she gotta like stand a certain type of way just to kind of like make sure that the thickness is evenly distributed. So it goes one wrong side, boy, she gonna fall over.
Still got a thick preamble loaded for Takara. What the
nigga?
hell?
Look up. Okay, wait to play. Watch how she move around. What is it? That's what real thick look like.
I seen
right.
Them
that's what I'm saying. Yeah. That's how real thick look. But them BBLs look like they ain't moving. They don't move natural.
Yeah.
That look like she been carrying it her whole life.
Yeah. My older sister's homegirl Tracy was built like this. So I was like, what?
Man, and she ain't chunky neither, nigga. Her stomach flat as hell. She just
yeah,
nigga.
Yeah, that's why everybody used to be on Tracy, boy. Just follow her down the street.
Social media is at war. Social media is at war. You can't be in, some of y'all are in really good relationships and you don't think you are because you pay attention to social media too much. And you got a good relationship, but you be on social media too much and social media told you that your relationship ain't good enough. You've been paying 50-50 with this nigga for 10 years. Don't complain now. You've been doing it. And it works. It works, but social media have everybody at war. Men complain about the women every night at a podcast.
Man.
I don't like women with fake hair,
like
fake nails, and fake lashes, and bust down wigs. I don't like that. And then a woman come to you 100% herself, and you don't like that. She's not good enough. You don't like her 4C hair. And then the men come to you. I don't need a man to make a lot of money, but I need him to be able to take care of himself. He come to you just like that, but he ain't good enough. And then the men trashing the women on podcasts, and the women trashing the men on podcasts, and the men talk so much, especially black men and black women. All you got is bust down weaves and this, and that, and now y'all doing the same. There's a couple of in here that scared to sweat. I know you when I see you. You got a bust down wig on too. You just ain't got no baby here, but I see it. You said it's lifting just a little bit. I ain't gonna point you out. Oh, they going to other countries and getting their body done. So are y'all. Some of y'all going to Turkey and getting brand new hairlines. Yeah, I saw you. You got your bald hair shaved, and now you got your bald hair on your hairline. And now when you sweat, I smell something familiar. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know bald sweat, but I smell it. And the short guys, y'all going to Turkey and y'all getting your knees done. Look at the short knees in here. We can do that.
Hey, that stuff's crazy. The knee lengthening, the leg lengthening.
Niggas getting their shins done.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
I wouldn't be able to walk again.
Do you have to wash them now since if you get them done?
Can you reach the whole thing? Because you don't lengthen your arms.
Yeah, because you ain't getting the arm lengthen. Right, unless you fucking Curious George. That's the only nigga I know who arms longer than his leg. That's how a lot of them short niggas do be looking.
Dang. Ooh, extra 6 inches, boy, that'd be crazy. Have to do the, man, that's too risky. Because you already on gazelle legs. And you try to get up on one leg to like kind of cross the other leg so you can get the whole shin. Ooh, you slip and fall. Them legs gonna re-break. Ooh.
You be out there like Bambi and shit. Your first couple of days walking. Yo, nah.
I can't imagine. I saw some people that did it, man. It works. They can't run again. Like the people I've seen so far, they can't run again.
Y'all getting your knees done. You know you can go to Turkey. They'll break your legs, insert rods into your legs, and then they tune the rods based on the height that you want to be. So you can go from 5'7" to 6'1". You got to learn to walk all over again. You got, and male ego is so crazy that men don't even want the new women. They want the bitch to turn them down. That's who they want. A woman who say, "Oh, you too short. I just don't do that. I'm okay." That's who you want. You want to walk up.
That's true though. Every time I see the conversation, there's always focus on the people that they say they don't want. That's what I really be cracking up about. Like I be making fun of. I ain't looking for no relationship with the people I be making fun of. They be acting like they want these people to conform or like pressure fit. Like why you getting OnlyFans models? You ain't about to convert them. Like, it's just so good.
Right, you taking an OnlyFans model, talking to her about the median income of a household of 3. I ain't trying to hear that stupid ass shit. They don't know about that.
Hey, you ain't about to turn them into a housewife. Calm down. That's what they be wanting, for real, for real. That's what they want. But they want to tame the wild one.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, I talk about them because I'm likely to end up with them. I know where I stand in life. I'm unlikely to end up with these crazy ass, ratchet ass, or just super, just crazy. Let's just leave it at crazy. Off center, slightly tilted.
A little crazy. And nothing wrong with that.
Little tilt.
Little tilt.
Is you, fam? You gotta learn to walk all over again. And the crazy thing is, you're not doing a real job. You're not doing really what women want. You're not going to therapy. You know, if you believe in God, you're not seeking God. You didn't even go over there and do what women really want you to do. You went to Turkey and got a new hairline.
Yep.
And new legs. And you coming back with that same bullshit ass that you left with. That's the problem.
Yellow hating on the religion.
They got that too, though. They saying they could yeah.
I heard that too. Yeah.
Yep.
Third leg lengthening.
Yep. They say you can get Johnson. you can get some magic added to your Johnson.
Yeah. Hey, women are getting it. Like the lesbians. They get like some arm meat turned into meat.
Yeah, they do.
Man.
And they get the little pump.
Hey,
Yep.
you get your 3D. They getting like a 3D grafted. Like what's it? The 3D model
Mm-hmm.
is made out of synthetic. Hey, look. What the fuck? I had to come back to a movie reference. I'll get it, and then I'll blurt it out when I get
You could have got that done over there.
Dark
You
Man.
What's your problem, bro?
I told you what I was gonna do, nigga. I said I'm gonna get it and I'm gonna blurt
And you
it
gonna
out,
blurt
nigga.
it out. I knew it was gonna happen as soon as we started the video. It was like, I just know if I don't start the video, he ain't gonna think of it. And
That's
as
because
soon
I
as
didn't
I
want to hold
started,
up. Yep. Dark Man sure was. Remember he was
oh
digitally
god,
grafting the if y'all ain't seen Dark Man, it's a good movie. It's a really good watch with Liam Neeson in it. But he was digitally 3D grafting body parts. Cause remember he got
I
burnt
don't
up
even
and
remember.
shit. Oh dude.
I know
And
I've
the
seen it,
skin,
but it's been like
this
20 years, 25 maybe.
yeah, this was shit longer than that. Shit longer than that. That shit was out when I was a kid. I remember
Gotcha.
watching that shit when I was little. But yeah, and like just spoiler alert for a fucking 30-year-old movie. The skin had a timer on it. So like after a while, the skin would just start to melt again. It would just disintegrate.
Ah, oh,
Right. So it wasn't sustainable. It was just long enough for him to wear it. But yeah, he was 3D grafting body parts. That's what made me think about that.
gotcha.
All right.
Dark Man.
Because that's what we worried about. And then not only you come back with and the crazy thing is the dick looks smaller because your legs is longer. You understand what I'm saying? You look crazy with these little ass arms, these long ass legs. And now you can't eat. Now you gotta learn to walk all over again, which means you gotta learn to have sex all over again. You ain't finna be on top of me with the Bambi legs. Get the off of me. Talk about some hold me up. Get off of me. Get off.
He can only do positions where he stand up.
Mm.
If he can stand, then some of them stop being able to walk.
Yeah. Yeah. So he say you got to learn to walk again.
Yeah, but some of them after a while, if something happened to them, they having complications.
Yeah.
Real. I'm glad I'm 6 feet. I'm glad I look good with a bald head.
That's crazy to get all that done for her. That's crazy.
Yeah. All right. So real quick, now the Andrew Schultz, Ryan Clark thing. Does anybody need a refresher, or y'all kind
I
of
have
knew where
no
things were going?
idea what is
Yeah, I
even
don't know
going on.
where there. I know
I
where it started from.
literally try not to watch anything Andrew Schultz is on, not by my free will. So
Understood.
I just
Yeah, you
don't.
definitely gotta choose to watch Andrew Schultz or possess
Yeah,
that
that's what I
level
was
of.
like. He just don't pop up on my stuff, so I would have to be like, he don't pop up on my algorithm at all. So
Yeah.
I got you.
yeah, so I would have to be seeking him out. I didn't even know there was drama until you posted it in there. I'm like, oh, what's going on with him?
Okay. We'll do a little brief catch up. We can
I'm
skip
sure.
through
I believe it stemmed from something with Kendrick. I think he made a joke about Kendrick.
it. There's a couple things.
That's one of the
He
things
made
that
a joke about
mhm.
Kendrick, but it goes back to that shits and gigs. With Ryan Clark, it goes back to the shits and gigs, where he made that joke about black women and the black girlfriend effect,
Oh, okay.
kind of inferring that black women are violent. The reason that the
Yeah,
white
I
man
think
had
that's
it.
the only time I've seen Andrew Schultz.
Yep.
I think we were talking about it on stream where he was like, because the black
Mm-hmm.
women are more violent or something like that.
Of
Yeah.
course.
The white men grow beards so to cushion the faces from getting slapped. And the
Right.
hairlines are the hair is shorter and cut because they're getting the hair, just they're losing their hair from stress.
Yeah, I do
Kind
remember
of
Yeah.
that.
kind of speaks to because that's a lot of people. That's a lot of black folks. Um, position on him. They didn't know who he was until he said that shit, which is always hilarious to me because where was y'all at when he was talking about all the other women of different races? Now that
Right.
y'all the ones got hit, now it's a problem. And y'all only speaking up for y'all. Y'all ain't be like, well, he said this about no. Y'all only mad about what he said about you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Keep ignoring him like you've been doing. You ain't got to worry about what he's saying about you. But it's just as a man, that's just my stance.
What you mean as a man? What was you before you said as a man? Was you a puma? Was you a koala? Was you a
as
raccoon?
as a non-binary apple tree, that's my
Oh
stance.
no, nah, you can't be no apple tree. Are you a minor apple tree? Or are you a grown
No,
apple tree?
no, I've produced apples, brother. I've been here a while.
Oh, let me juggle your fruit.
Hey, hold on, brother.
That's bad touch, bro.
Hold on,
Bad touch.
brother.
Oh shoot. Yeah, a lot of people have, man. But him, Charlamagne the guy, like there's certain people, man. I can't get into them. I can't. But I seen from this interview with Ryan Clark, he's actually a smart dude. I can tell he's
Okay,
smart.
so I'll say this:
Yeah.
if you don't have 1 to 2 offensive comics that you listen to, I don't think you
Yeah.
really understand funny.
Mm-hmm.
Like I get not
Yeah.
everybody can do the offensive comedy, but if you ain't got somebody who you listen to who say some shit that's just like outrageous,
I mean,
because I think it was Candy Dan that actually said that. She said, "What's humor if it's not offensive?"
I was getting ready to say, like, can you have a
Yeah,
comic that isn't offensive to somebody?
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
so once you start making jokes, I feel like somebody's gonna get offended. Like, even the Christian
yeah,
comics get like offend people.
yeah.
I'm like, even the church comics be offending folks.
But
So
you
yeah, I'm
also
with you
got to
on
be
that.
funny. But you also got to be funny
Yeah,
too.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, and what I will say though, and I think this is true, like maybe Andrew, some people find offensiveness funny, and I think
Hmm.
that's where the lines get murky. Like there's a humorous funny, but there's also offensive funny, like shock value type funny. Then there's like even slapstick funny. Like there's types of funny, and I don't think somebody has to dominate one type of funny to be funny. And I'm cool
Hmm.
with people like him. That I'm okay with the shock value people. I'm okay with them.
Yeah, he good at crowd work too.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, a lot of people good with crowd work.
yeah, yeah,
I'm learning to appreciate the crowd work.
yeah. Like
He'll
when it
usually
come to
turn me
crowd
off
work,
on.
he up there. Like when it come to Andrew Schultz and crowd work, he
Yeah.
up there. Like he be
Okay.
he got a good psychology of people.
Okay.
You know what
Yeah,
I'm
he's
saying?
smart. Yeah,
Yeah,
he
yeah,
breaks
yeah,
down people.
yeah,
He's smart.
yeah.
Really smart. I'll give him that. That's what made me want to do this stream about the inference because he picked up that somebody else could not pick up inference. He picked up Ryan Clark could not pick up inference, and I saw it real time, and I was like, oh wow, that was subtle and quick. And I was like, this dude. But after we did that stream back in the day for shits and gigs, they had this little
to address
apology.
something that's happening at the minute. This past weekend, there's been a couple of clips going around from when we did a session on the Flagrant podcast while we were on our US tour. And yeah, there were.
Yeah, that's right. That's when they had the what was it, the fight or flight response. They laughed from the fight. Oh, these
It was a fight or flight response. Just sometimes when you're caught off guard with a joke, what I'm supposed to do, right? I'm all the way in the US.
that was
So I just
crazy.
laugh, just for shits and gigs. You can't get mad at niggas named shits and gigs for laughing at a joke though. Like
Nah, you really can't.
that's it. It's kind of the inference
Mm-hmm.
of their name,
Yep.
so that they just here for shits and gigs.
Yep. But they developed a black female audience, or at least enough of a black female audience that when they said certain things, it caught people's ears. So they went on somebody's podcast out of Houston, out Atlanta or Houston, somebody. I think it was Houston. And is it Houston or Atlanta? And they had talked about, have you seen any attractive women out here? And they was like, no, not any. And it's like a city full of black women. Is it Houston or Atlanta? I can't remember.
They was in Houston.
And then okay, yeah. And they was like, and they thought the one girl like, you ain't offended? Like, no, I ain't from here or something like that.
Right?
So
Yeah. A girl dissociated herself from the city they was in. I'm from Atlanta.
yeah,
I ain't from down here. You stay here, right? And you
Yep.
one of the women in Houston.
yeah.
What your ID
That's where
say? You one of the women in Houston.
that's when they started rubbing the black women the wrong way. And right around the same time, somebody went and dug up the old clip when they was on Andrew Schultz. I don't know why people.
Oh
I don't know
yeah,
how.
right. It was after the fact.
Yep.
Yep. It did happen prior. Nobody heard about you. Want to know why? Because it's Andrew Schultz, and they didn't really care because they don't listen to Andrew Schultz. But now, when somebody you thought was attractive and somebody was saying some good shit to you, actually let you know that there's another side to them, that there could be duality in the world. That because they like you, they ain't gotta like everything about you. Oh, now it's a problem with them.
Mm-hmm. So this is where they apologize. Andrew Schultz thought it was corny. And let's pick up from right around there.
Issued an apology on their show.
When you think about the two podcasters from the UK, is we don't know if the black experience there is the same as the black experience for African Americans or black people that grew up in America. I'm sure to be on this media tour in the US and to sit with Andrew Schultz was a big thing for them. I don't care if it was a big thing. And in addressing Andrew Schultz, who I do think is funny, who sits with Charlemagne and has some of these discussions about the culture, I believe he got too comfortable. So I would like to explain some things to him. I want to explain to him the black experience.
Now, real quick, this is where we started from. He heard the joke Andrew Schultz, spoke to the shits and gig, backlash. So, just specifically saying, I heard the joke. I think he got too comfortable. Now, I'm going to explain some things from my experience. Like, that verbiage is important. Speaking of inference. Let's pick it up there.
I believe he got too comfortable. So I would like to explain some things to him. I want to explain to him the black experience, the black woman experience from my point of view.
Now, Yella, I expect to hear you sigh, cringe, guffaw. I expect to hear all the as he explains the black woman experience from his perspective.
From his
I
perspective,
anticipate.
I've heard this, and it's.
I know it's gonna bother you. So just let me know when you just need to blow off some steam.
Just fucking do it. Right. We played these games before. I've heard this nigga say this shit before.
Shoot.
Yeah, I'm just gonna let him go.
All right, let's go.
Yeah.
Was watching my mother start from a bank teller and work her way up for decades to run her own collateral department, only to be mistreated when the bank was sold to another bank, and be so sick on Sunday that I finally had to say, hey mom, you're old enough to retire. It was to see her go to that same job 8 to 5, to be treated anyway that she had to be treated because she only had a high school diploma, and then find ways to not only feed me but do homework with me and my brother, take us to practice because my dad worked 3 jobs. That was the first black woman experience that I had. Right. The second black woman experience I had is marrying a black woman and watching her sleep on my cot as doctors try to figure out why I'm 140 pounds and I'm a 30-year-old man who was 205 pounds a month before that. Her telling me months after that she would just go in the bathroom and cry every night in the hospital because she didn't want me to worry about her because I was so sick. That's the black woman experience. The black woman experience is black women caring so much about the nuclear black family, black women taking care of young black men to teach them how to be leaders, to teach them how to be strong, to teach them how to care about their God, about their family, and it's about their communities. And to raise their young black women to be independent enough to take care of themselves, but to understand how to support a family, how to support a man, while also understanding how to get it on your own. That's the black woman experience that I know. The reason that black women are tough is because when you're mistreated in the way that black women are, if you're not tough, you just die off, you don't survive.
Ryan Clark weighed in on the discussion, which led to Schultz going on Shannon Sharp's Club Shay Shay and saying, for me, this is a comedy podcast, so
let's go. Said all right.
Ryan Clark was super sick though. And his wife did thug it out with him. He was sick as fuck.
That's facts.
He had like sickle cell or something like that.
Yeah.
And his mama, that's his mama. If he feel good about it, I can't knock him. Us others don't really have that experience.
Mhm.
But it's interesting for him to say that and then disregard it. Then you kind of disregard anybody else's experience. Because I've experienced some great black women too. And then I've experienced some black women who will slap the shit out of you, which is why Andrew Schultz made that joke.
Mhm.
Because them being tough is one thing. They got to be tough. Well, cool. I get that. But we talking about violent. And they're that too.
Hey, turn up.
I mean, it's generally accepted for women to be violent. So you don't think the extra tough women gonna be extra violent too?
What?
The higher the oppressed women, the more violent they are.
What are you inferring, sir?
The stereotype of most women of color is that they violent and they violent in their own ways, even to the point to where Latino women are known are stereotyped that they gonna cut you, right?
Yes, sir.
So exactly. All right, then. So you know exactly what I'm talking about. The more
No, I
oppressed
don't,
the
sir.
woman, right? That's what I'm saying. The higher up in the more oppressed, the more violent they gonna be at their core. That's how most people are.
Violence begets violence. I got you.
Yeah. Now we want to be like, yeah, they tough for a certain reason. Yeah, they tough for a certain reason, but that toughness also come from another place too.
But he's saying that that toughness turns to tenderness.
Man, okay. I'm supposed to go up and hug this shark. Okay, cool. Yeah, all right.
I'm not.
She's
And
not
I
a
see it's
shark.
a
She's a
shark.
woman.
Yeah, okay, lady shark.
I think did we watch this when it went down? I feel like I remember hearing him talk
That
about his
first part.
mom. Yeah, the
That
mom
first
and
part.
stuff. Okay, yeah. I was like, I feel like I remember him talking about it. Okay, that's just how
Yeah.
he's experienced black women. Okay.
Yeah. Now that's pretty much the last thing that had happened. This Andrew Schultz on Shay Shay happened, I think, within the last 10 days.
Oh,
So
really? He wasn't
so
on
it
Club
picked
Shay
back
Shay
up.
before. Oh, okay.
Nah, not that I know of. So he just
Okay.
recently went on Club Shay Shay and talked about it. So it's like,
Oh,
what did it say?
okay.
When you stir up shit, it just smells like shit again. So just
Okay. I was wondering. I'm like, what happened?
yeah, yeah. You know, Shay Shay gonna bring it up.
So I was making a joke. First of all, I hate explaining jokes, so stupid. But yeah, I was like, what is the opposite of the black girlfriend effect? A lot of the times in comedy, the opposite take is the funny thing. So you go to the other side and you try to defend the indefensible. That's what I have done my whole career. It's just the opposite effect of the black girlfriend effect, being you look so much better. It's really not that sophisticated. He goes on to say, and then Ryan Clark took a break from posting pictures of his outfits on Instagram to do a whole soliloquy. He did that. And it just felt like it was all clout. He tried to make it this big thing. By the end of it, he's like, this is one of the guys who wants to say the N word but doesn't. I was like, what the F is going on? What are we even talking about?
All right. So dude was reading, excerpts from the Shay Shay podcast. And I thought it was interesting. And I didn't want to pull this clip, but I know I do have it if somebody needs to see it. But did I keep it? Maybe I didn't. But I know I can find it pretty quickly. But he actually did not. I guess it was an inference in a weird way, but he kind of pivoted. No pun intended. When he was talking about Andrew Schultz, that part that they played a little earlier, towards the end of it, he did mention, but he did not say Andrew Schultz. But he said sometimes when he was talking about for shits and gigs, he was specifically talking about them specifically. There's some black dudes that make white people so comfortable, which in this case would infer because he already did call Andrew Schultz comfortable. That make them so comfortable that they then start to rebut, like, well, why can't I say the N word if you say the N word? Why can't I say the B word if you say the B word? So it could be, depending on your interpretation, that he was inferring Andrew Schultz as that person, but it wasn't a direct inference from it because he was more speaking to persistent gigs and the way they carried themselves. But that would infer that the person that was made comfortable was Andrew
Yeah,
Schultz.
yeah. Especially when he starts his whole dissertation with he got too comfortable.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So it's because he was talking about shits and gigs when he said it. I was like, okay, it wasn't like a direct shot towards them, like a direct passive aggressive shot. But I understand because he said comfortable, and it was shits and gigs was talking to Andrew Schultz. It's still an inference.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So want to
Right.
be clear on that part.
You know you talking about him.
Yeah. But it was. I just know it. What's his Ryan Clark? Ryan Clark is messy enough that if he wanted to take a direct shot, he would, or be directly passive aggressive, he would. So I don't think his intention at that time was to speak to Andrew Schultz with his inference, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
As seen with his beef with everybody else. Yeah.
I think he was.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. But that's the thing about inference. It
He was
leaves
being
plausible
sassy.
deniability.
He was being sassy.
Ooh, as a man, I gotta ask you not to call no man sassy.
As a
That's what
man,
women say.
he was being sassy.
Was.
Ooh.
Right. See, there's a term for it. There's an idea behind it.
Right.
It's just weird that they say sassy, but there's an idea behind it.
Passive aggressive, throwing shades. I
Okay, like
all kind of stuff.
I got sprinkle of that shit. I ain't finna sit back and act like hey, I know hey, nigga, I know I can get shady real quick.
Yeah.
Real quick, nigga. We have been on panels at the same time, just shading shit up like so like I ain't above it. But that's different when you sitting up and you kinda like I don't want uncomfortable white people around me.
Mhm.
So what do you want when you talking about they too comfortable? Because we assume becoming too comfortable is disrespectful.
Okay.
Because that's what we do
Yeah.
with each other. Is when we become too comfortable or when we get a certain level of comfort with each other, we start becoming disrespectful. That's what we think we
Mm-hmm.
should be able to do with each other. I don't want no people. Uncomfortable white people are the ones you need to worry about. You ain't
I
gotta.
would say
You
the
ain't
greater
gotta.
threat. Yeah.
You ain't gotta. You ain't gotta be used to saying nigga, but you gotta be used to being around some niggas.
Fair. That's fair. That's fair. But I think that being too comfortable, like you said, you picked up on the inference of that. I think that's exactly what he's saying. To the point that Andrew Schultz, a comedian, is going to say some disrespectful stuff because he's a comedian. Like that's if anybody that's like watched him knows that's a little bit his brand. Like or even his code, the people he hangs around, Charlemagne. Like they dabble in disrespect for fun. And it's like you got to know that. So Ryan Clark was just like to Andrew Schultz. He was clout. It was content. So I thought it was a fine call out. And it's a weird one after that.
Which led Clark to stating this.
The thing about what Andrew said, though, that I disagree with was that I was speaking on what he did to gain clout. No one in the world defends black women to gain clout.
Derrick Jackson.
Shit.
Boom.
Well, where you been at?
Excuse me. Woo.
Where you been? Oh, you new here. Okay, so look, first of all, we've got refreshments over there on the back table. You make sure you're new here. It's internet stuff. Cause
Yeah,
boy,
yeah. That is actually a good way to get the good. There's two good ways to get clout in this internet space:
yeah,
attacking black women and defending black women.
shit.
But he know he lying. Look at his face when he said, "Head turned to the side." He lying.
Nobody,
It's a
nobody.
lying
I
face.
say nobody.
That's a lying face.
I say nobody. Look at me. I'm
Mm-hmm.
telling the truth now. I promise. Nobody. Come on,
Marcella blew up on defending black women.
Come on, man.
You got to learn the male's nature. That's why I wrote this book. 41 Shades of Male Behavior.
I shall.
Most of the time, the people defending black women are black women. What people do most times is what Andrew did. What people do most times is what the two young podcasters did. They laugh and they make jokes and they disrespect. And I get for Andrew, he said it was said in jest, and that's fine. He has an issue with me talking about what he said. When it's cool to make jokes, it's cool to make them the butt of those jokes, but it's not cool for me to share my good experiences with black women. It's not cool for me to give you the historic view of what black women have done in support of black men. To me, make that make sense. Why is it corny for me to now respond to this in defense of black women when I'm getting sent your clip with people asking me, what do you think about this?
Because he didn't send it to you, you fucking cornball. That's the point. Andrew didn't send you his clip like what you think about this. All the motherfuckers who was hurt by the joke sent you the fucking clip. They wanted you to see that because guess what you do, nigga? Defend black women. That's what you do. And that's fine. But don't sit up here and be mad about some a joke that was told. That's wild.
Yeah. I ain't
That's
mad at
why.
him for getting mad at the joke. Okay, if you get offended by the joke, you got offended by the joke. That's cool. I'm okay with people being offended by stuff.
Yeah.
My thing is where then we get into that whole the biblical judge not lest ye be judged. So Andrew had a joke. You put it out there. You made the joke and did it publicly. So somebody's gonna criticize it. So somebody did criticize it, and then you criticize them for criticizing it. Like that's where like the first layer of stupid comes in. Like, okay, you put something out public. It's like when the women L posts and don't want anybody in the comments saying nothing about it. Don't judge me. Like that's stupid. And then now he's complaining about the criticism that he got for criticizing the person that originally made the joke. Like now this is like now we're just layering on stupid at this point. Because now it's like if you do something publicly, it can be criticized.
Yeah.
And yes, you do have the right to criticize the criticism, but like at some point, it's stupid if you're acting if your thing isn't to say like the criticism was off. You're like, no, they shouldn't even be making the criticism. They're just clout chasing. That's why people put stuff out in social media. Otherwise, they would just have the conversation with their friends.
I'm sure gonna say if somebody got some clout to spare, please send it my way, please.
Imagine it saying that on an interview.
You know what I'm saying?
Somebody else clout chasing.
It's crazy.
That's literally the point of an interview.
Exactly.
On Glove Shay Shay?
Yeah. It's a clout. It's a clout platform.
Popular,
it's built
right. Like clout chasers. I don't want anybody with any kind of followers talking about clout chasing.
Yep. Doing a podcast.
Yeah, you're paid for clout.
Yeah. You're a stand-up comic.
Your livelihood literally depends on it.
Yeah. So like that's where we get into the stupid, where they start criticizing the criticism and not the actual basis of it. Nobody actually criticizes the basis of what the other person's saying. It's like more like, do you have the right to say what you're saying? Well, you got too comfortable. Well, he's just clout chasing. And that's where we're into the weeds.
When I'm walking around my house every day looking at black women who would give their lives for me, when I was raised by one that would give their life for me, that's not corny. That's not clout chasing. I'm not looking for friends. I wanted it to be very clear that these are my experiences and the experience of others.
That's what I was gonna ask. Okay, so let's put this in perspective now.
Let's go.
Say he does this at the show. He's at an Andrew Schultz show. Andrew Schultz makes that joke. He does this at the show.
At the show?
Yeah.
That'd be happy. He get put out.
Captain Cleveland.
Yeah.
Caping. That would be inappropriate.
Right.
Inappropriate.
It'd be inappropriate.
Okay. So I kind of think, I think that's kind of the thought, right? Like if I was Andrew Schultz, I'd be like, who did you think was saying the thing?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Like we also that's why it's like certain people say shit. We've gotten to the point to where even with content, where certain people say shit, we don't even share it with each other no more. Or like we'd be like,
Mm-hmm.
man, you want to talk about this? And we'd be like, oh, here we go with them niggas. You know what I'm
But
saying?
Yeah,
you
yeah,
can't keep the same rules of engagement at a comedy show where people
yeah.
are paying to come see you as like on the internet.
Right.
Right, but you can do that with comedians though, and I think that is I
Yeah,
think that
but
is the one step. Like, cause he went on he did for Ryan Clark's thing. He did go on this just like, oh my
yeah, on
God,
his
this is just so
platform though.
terrible. Right, this is just so terrible. Right,
But on his platform.
right. So that's what I'm saying. It,
You can't have
it
the
is
same
something
rules
different.
of it. You can't have the same rules for
Yeah.
engagement as a
That's true.
place on the internet. Like
That is true. Though. Yeah.
if you're
And
paying
the
to see
yellow.
the headliner, like there's a certain level of respect. You're coming to see them perform jokes. Like you would be a heckler like in the crowd, which is generally
Yeah.
like maybe he'll roast you, but it's like also like inappropriate to go into this. But like he's on his platform
Mm-hmm.
giving his opinion about it.
Right. So this is
Yeah.
weird.
Nah,
So obviously, he found out about Ryan Clark the same way Ryan Clark found out about him. People were sending him
Right.
clips.
Right.
This is what this dude said about you. But here's I agree with you, Gello. If Andrew Schultz was a comic who did not have an online presence and went on somebody's show and then got this reaction, I
Yeah.
could see the surprise. Why is this dude coming from me? I watch ESPN all the time. I like Ryan Clark. Why is he?
Yeah.
I
Like
can
a
see
dude
what
at
you're
the
saying.
show.
But this is Andrew Schultz, who has an online presence, 2 podcasts, Brilliant Idiots and Flake. So he's not averse to the smoke. Like he even was calling shits and gigs after they left corny and stupid, lame for doing and
right.
made fun of him.
Right.
Like so,
Yeah. I
so
don't think.
him
Yeah.
he can't get the same protection of well I'm expecting the same thing from the stage here because
Right.
he's versed in the internet culture.
Right.
That's why I
No,
wouldn't
I
give
don't
him.
think and I don't think because I don't think he's adverse to the smoke. I don't think he'd be
Yeah.
trying to avoid it. And I ain't saying it's a weird thing. I might not be explaining it right, but it's also like
No, I
it's
think that was a good
also
explanation. I mean, how he would have he might have taken it. It might have landed on him the same way a heckler.
right.
Like,
When he was
yeah,
saying
I
like
like
the
that.
opposite, the part that got me with Andrew Schultz's explanation is that he said comedy is basically going. The funny thing is to go to the opposite, right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
if the idea of the black girlfriend effect was that you end up being better, now in reality, they had you grow the beard, they gonna slap shit out of you.
Yeah. From a glow
Yeah,
up to a beat down. I like that.
yeah. That's how they get you in order.
Hmm.
You know, that's how they get you to do what they want to do. Like
Break you to build you.
I get all of that. But to yeah, and I guess yeah, like you said, it's the other way around. It is the other experience. And I think his first reaction was crazy because he only gave his experience.
Hmm. His experience of their experience, which is
Right.
still it's even weirder for me. I was going to mention that too.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So I can get why Andrew Schultz probably had the second response to Ryan Clark because he really didn't even add nothing to it. You just was mad because the joke was made. You
Yeah,
didn't even.
that black woman. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. You just went to the defense
Hmm.
and shit. You ask enough black men, that might be their experience too.
Yeah.
So just saying.
Yeah. I don't
But I
have a
get why it's
problem.
called corny though. But I mean,
Yeah.
he can say what he wants. Shit. I mean, like you said,
Yeah.
he got a platform too. Shit.
Hmm. Yeah, they all got platforms. They all have the ability to speak. The issue with these people is what they're trying to police is the thing that they should at least be trying to police. Andrew Schultz is saying this person's trying to clout chase when he's a clout chaser. Like that's the whole premise of having the online persona is to gain more clout
Right.
in
Like,
a
share,
format that you
subscribe,
control.
niggas.
Exactly. And then Ryan Clark is protect all black women. He's on his I don't even know what to call it. But he's on his protect all black women kick. You can't make jokes about black women. You're a comedian, but I'm gonna tell you that what you can joke about. Because I have good black women in my life, so you can't joke about them.
Damn,
You
you
have no
can't
control
make
there.
no joke
Like,
about them.
you know what I'm saying? Like that's ridiculous. Like that's asinine to even come with that position. Like so, I mean, both of them came with a silly position when they actually had a decent argument to make, but they didn't make those. And like Ryan Clark, the last time I was gonna say on Ryan Clark, you said he made a big thing about it. Again, he was clout chasing. They recorded. They went to the studio, recorded, and edited down a clip, and then put it out there. Yes, it's clout chasing.
Mm-hmm.
But what he was doing though, I don't think he made a big deal about it. He made it about himself. So he actually spoke on Andrew Schultz in that clip very little. He talked about shits and gigs and then pivoted that into talking about himself and his family. This is my experience of black women. My experience of black women. Who cares? What does that have to do with the joke? Like, unless you're doing the whole anecdotal thing, my experience is all experiences of black women. It's a moot point.
Others, even though yours may be different, that he sat and he cried on that stage about this woman that he's married to and the child that he was able to have is the same way that so many men in the world who are married to black women or who've had opportunities to raise children with black women see them as well. And I think it should be fair that if you can joke about it, we get to challenge your joke with real life experiences.
As we put a bow on this, I think it's safe.
No.
Problem is, yeah, exactly. Thank you.
Nah, it's work, nigga. Fucking can't.
That's stupid.
If he could joke about it, then the whole idea about a joke is just humor. There's no need to challenge it. It's just a fucking joke.
Right.
Right.
You know what? And that's what I don't like about niggas. Let me get some real shit out.
Oh
They
my
like to
Go.
take the fucking fun out of some fucking shit. Like, I swear to God, like
wow.
comedy, magic shows. Like, you ever watch the magic show with some niggas? Like, they be steadily trying to figure it out or trick the fucking magician or, like, you know what I'm saying? They gonna try. Get the fuck out of here and just enjoy the goddamn show, bro. Watch the goddamn show. Stop asking them to do it again. Slow it
Now he got
down. Let me
activated.
see. No,
Yeah.
they cause
Niggas will do that to you.
fuck, man. Oh,
He be caping, so they called him.
He set up for that one for sure, man.
Yeah,
fuck.
they know he gonna be caping, so that's why they sent the stuff to him.
Like, damn, man. You can hit it for
Yeah.
safety, but you south as a podcaster, man. God damn.
Yeah.
I definitely
That
wouldn't come across
defensive
the middle, but I'll try you on the mic, nigga. Fuck you talking.
black energy.
Yeah, man. We wore black and yeah, he wore black and yellow for the Steelers. Yeah, definitely defensive black. And he's safety
Oh
too. He
my
the last line.
god.
And he look and Bree. He played safety, so he was the last line of defense.
Mm-hmm.
He's last line of defense.
All right.
He felt like I've had enough. I gotta step up, and make a play. I can't let the legacy of the 7 black women I know go down like this.
I'm the last line of defense for black women.
Even though he didn't mention none of the black women in my family.
Facts.
He didn't mention my black women specifically. He mentioned black women who were doing the black girl effect. So even if you might not even be doing that.
Mm-hmm.
And Ryan, I'm glad he got them good black women around. Shit. I know about like 5.
Woo. Now, if he's talking about non-violent women, I think I know Brie.
I mean, I just what?
You said no violent.
You said what? Right? See how she laughed, thinking that
No, I'm
ain't
not.
true. You might as well
I'm
just
not a
go say
violent
none.
person.
Yeah,
I'm not a
all right.
violent person, bro.
I don't think she be swinging on King. I just gotta feel. I don't think she be swinging on
No,
King.
Nigga, she from Atlanta. Is there somewhere?
then there's no reason to be fight. It's hard to get me to the point where I want to fight. Like at this point, like even if people wanted to fight me, but like it's really hard for me to
Now
get to the point where I want
that's
to fight.
believable.
Yeah, like
She really.
it's just never been that serious. Like it's never been that serious. I just don't get people who swing on people. Like for no, like if you ain't attacking my kids, like I'm just really
Yeah.
not. It's very hard to get
It's
me.
hard to get up for that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just rare that someone's pissed me off enough to actually just be like, I'm about to fight them.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm not violent.
So,
Yeah, I bet if people want to fight though.
now I could match.
Look at him in here looking like a model. What's this?
This is the interview that I went back to the beginning so you can see the whole body language of the entrance. I know Bree, you're
Why
you're
he
a
come in?
student.
Yeah, like why
Yeah,
he come in here like this? Okay.
You are a student of physical inference, what people infer from their body
Okay.
language, their posture, from their proximity. So I wanted you to see the whole entrance, and then we're going to react to like the first 16 minutes of this
Okay.
episode,
I don't
because that's
think I've
where
ever
they discussed. They jump
Okay.
right in.
Okay.
So he's arriving on pivot set.
Hello, hello, hello. Gentlemen. Gentlemen.
Oh, they like had a conversation. Okay.
You're getting a Ryan Clark special right here. What's up, bro? How are you, my man? You're getting the official Ryan Clark special right here. Oh, no, it's not done yet. Hold on.
I put my J's on to make sure I was ready.
Hold on. I came
Niggas
clean. I
in
told
the
you I was gonna come
GT.
clean. And I come bearing gifts.
Key
I'm not the only.
in hard. He in hard. Keyshawn Johnson, like I mean,
Okay.
Key and Peel.
All right. I like the laughs. I
he-
like it.
Marquez for a while now. Ryan Clark has been virtue signaling race bait. He stepped it up.
Come
Bro.
on,
He stepped it up
man.
on the race bait.
Come on, man. No, I had to
Yell at the
Come
camera.
on, man. Come on,
Come
man.
on, man. Who we come on,
Come
man?
on,
I'm
man.
lost.
Yeah,
Come
because
on,
all the
man.
key can. You can't have all that heat back and forth and then come in key.
It wasn't all no heat back
Steve
and
Harvey.
forth. It's been commentary thus far.
Uh-huh.
It's a little tense. I like Andrew's outfit.
Nah, man. That's what I'm on.
Who said they had the J's on? Who said it?
That sound like Channing.
That's
Which
Channing.
one is
old lady.
Channing? Which
The
one
lock.
is
The one with the
Channing?
lock. Sorry, the one with
Light
the
He
lock.
ain't finna
skin.
do shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Okay,
ain't
I
finna
thought
do
it was
shit.
him. Okay, I wasn't
Nah, he's a
surprised
joke.
it was him.
He's a jokester. He keeps
Yeah.
Yeah, he
everything
ain't finna do
like.
shit. He be talking bad about black women too.
If there was anybody who I thought would have said it out of them, then I thought it would be him.
Yeah,
So I just
Fred
wanna
is
make
super
sure.
laid back. Fred don't really.
Fred don't
He
give a
like
damn.
he don't get amped up for too much. Yeah, RC been race bait for a minute. Andrew Schultz is like he 50-50. But he's a smart guy. I'll give him his credit. He is a smart guy. He just ain't my type of comedy. And people he hang around ain't my type of comedy too much.
I'm looking at body language. Get this man off my screen.
To be fair, RC the one with the beef. Yeah, Channing having a good. Yeah, Channing always has a good time. Yeah, and Fred he's super. Fred ain't about to get pressed about too much. I think I only seen him get tight about like once the entire time they've been running. And that might have been.
How tall is Andrew Schultz? He looks like he's fucking 6'8".
He pretty tall. He was on. He pretty tall.
No,
He
every
was
time
on,
I see him, oh, he's 6'2". Okay, this is the camera.
Yeah,
angle. It's like that nigga look
he
like
was on Monday Night
6'8".
Raw. He was in there with the wrestler. I'm like, damn, he tall as fuck.
I thought he was taller than my husband. He not.
Okay.
He looked like extremely tall. Like I thought he was gonna be like 6'5" or something.
Yeah, when they walked by the cameras, I noticed they were all look like they were hip height, which was weird.
It was weird. Okay.
So here he got a little.
He has
like
gifts.
So Ryan Clark is known for his suits. Like he talked
Okay.
about clout, and he took a break from posting on Instagram his outfits.
Uh-huh.
So he came in with a Ryan Clark style, like a fancy suit. And Ryan
Okay.
Clark always has a lapel pin that's the RC, like I think in the shape of a
Oh,
rose.
like his
It's something like
initials.
that.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Is
he's
that
kind of like
aluminum foil?
I believe it is.
It look
Only
cute
one that gets to
though.
wear the brooch
I got a
today.
CC.
We got the
Man,
CC.
It's
We
cute on the
got that
suit.
Freddie T right there. You get none. You don't get any clips. You get all yours regularly. Thank you.
Hey, this is wild.
This is gonna be hard to button, guys. It took me a minute. I'm not gonna lie.
You clean though.
Okay,
You should wear it more. It gets easier
bro.
if you become.
You know what I
This
just
is-
found out?
What's that?
They got the Paul
shirt nice.
Smiths on Amazon for $15. Regular price $30.
Oh,
That's socks.
Those,
That's-
those, what are those?
I don't know, bro. This was, as I'm sitting down, a horrible idea. When I was walking, I was like, oh, I look really good, but it's so unbelievably uncomfortable. And the thigh parts are too tight. You know,
When last time you wore that suit?
I was in Japan, and I feel like they made it for a Japanese guy. Because this, I mean, like, all right. Hold on. I need to see the angles before. Okay, boys, let's go.
Well, look who's here.
Hold up. Limitless. Niggas in my guy pinning it. I thought they hear the witnesses.
So what'd you see, Bree? Anything?
There's like a lot of tension. And
Yeah.
Andrew he's used to it. So he's making himself comfortable right now.
Yeah.
It's a good play as far as posturing. It's expected
who's he?
posturing. It's
Yeah,
expected
yeah.
posturing. Like
Yeah.
he's like, I'm gonna be me. I'm
Yeah.
not intimidating. He's
Yes.
reading, he's gauging if they're willing to laugh with him to
Mhm.
gauge how tense each person is. So if you
Yes.
don't laugh with him, then you're like, that's giving me an idea of your posturing right now.
Yes. And they're all doing what I guess we don't have a
What I
point.
expect. Yeah.
Yeah, but I would say we probably need a term for this, but what guys do to make themselves non-threatening, they're
Yeah.
all smiling and laughing when there's actually nothing like to smile and laugh about past the initial greeting. Like what Yellow be talking about, I'm a large guy.
Are you
so I
smile when
have
he
to make
first
myself
walked in? It's
to
like,
disarm. Yeah, but it lingered for a long time. The smiles and laughs, like
yeah,
there
there
were no
is
real
the tense
jokes.
laughs. Yeah, it was it was that tense laugh.
But it's always like to disarm, make everybody
Yeah.
feel safe. Nobody's
Yeah,
about to
laugh.
throw a blow.
Yeah, it's just social stuff, That's, I mean, I'm a
Yeah.
Southerner, so every house you go into at a cookout sounds like that when you walk in.
Yeah.
Well, us Chicago niggas ain't finna sit up and how you. I done said some shit about you on the internet. You done went back and
Cause
forth.
they know
You
what I
done
mean, but they
called me
ain't like
corny.
cussing each other
I-
off. I mean,
I done felt the
I
need.
ain't seen all that.
Yeah.
I done felt the need to defend every generation of woman that ever crossed my bloodline. So see, you talked about my mama.
I
You talked
haven't
about
seen
my
nothing
wife.
has happened yet that would make these two men even be considering that they couldn't sit in a room together. I haven't seen anything like from the back and forth. Like I could
Yeah.
see it's tense. Like this is what I would expect based off the
Mhm.
level of back and forth they had. He's tense. They're both tense in different ways. But anything beyond that just feels like for what? For what?
No, I
Two
get
niggas on
you.
the internet giving commentary and they're at odds with each other, commentary wise, but
That's where it should be because there wasn't
Yeah.
anything like terribly personal.
yeah,
It
that's
just-
what I'm saying. Yeah,
And internet dude culture, it always escalates. I'm gonna pull up on. You know what I'm saying? It always gets
Yeah.
to that level.
But to me, this makes sense though, because they both have
Yeah.
larger audience, and he has
Yeah,
his
yeah.
place, and so like I think that it's cool. Like, yeah, let's have the conversation together. Like, I don't know, it feels.
Yeah.
And he went into their space, so I feel like
No, this is appropriate. Yeah, no, I feel like this is appropriate. It's just non-standard.
yeah,
It's not the way
this is not
people
used
do-
to. Yeah,
Yeah, the conflict resolution among males in the internet space.
because most
Like,
men
even look-
online also don't have Andrew Schultz and Ryan Clark money to like fly across the country and like
Oh,
sit
but that's
down in
what
their
I'm
nice
saying.
studio.
But there are bigger people. Like right now, Stephen A. Smith and LeBron are in a beef. That
Oh, okay.
they done talked about like if he'd have put hands on me, I mean
Yeah.
he'd have beat me up, but I'd have immediately slapped him or whatever he said. I can't remember what verbiage he used.
Niggas.
Yeah.
Right. That's two niggas. I mean, it's Andrew Schultz and Ryan Clark.
Oh, okay. Okay. The presence of a white man.
It's not just Andrew Schultz. I just feel like Ryan Clark also doesn't carry himself that way. Not that he not messy, but it's like he's too big on
Ryan-
respectability. Like
I would disagree. He just had one with Wiley, Marcellus Wiley. He was talking about putting hands on Wiley or pulling up on him or something. Like it was something. It was.
I've only
something
seen him in this
threatening.
capacity, so I just
Yeah.
feel like in his ideal mind of who he would be,
Yeah.
he tries to hold this frame of like,
Yeah.
at
He
least
tried
on
to-
his
he tried to come at
podcast.
Wiley.
Maybe outside, I can see him
Yeah.
being messy outside, but at least when it comes to this podcast, it feels like he wants to.
Yeah, he'll keep this professional.
Yeah, he wants to posture a certain way when it comes to this platform. So I don't know. It's not
I'm with
surprising. He tense though.
Thank you very much, guys. This is very exciting.
This is Fred Taylor. It's
I know
Channing
him very
Crowder.
well.
I'm RC.
I
Pivot
know.
fam. Thank you for pivoting. So me and you,
And
you know,
he came in and essentially didn't give him a brass button. Everybody else got the little tinfoil. You
Yeah.
ain't getting one. I like that little. I know this tension. I'm still gonna play with it. I love that. I love that level of
Andrew
troll.
Schultz the type to fuck around and find out.
I love that level of troll. I'm intentionally do a little small little dig. I love it. Cause you already got yours. You already got the gold.
Well, he's
RC.
also in the this is a power game here. So I'm coming into your space already. I mean, I got it.
I love it. I love it. And look, yellow. Should I call you God? Because Ryan Clark's sweatshirt says God is yellow.
It does say God is yellow.
As you should.
Okay.
as people may
Man,
not know,
but
you
oh my
know, they
God.
don't. We've texted a little
Well,
bit.
some stern.
I was gonna say something. I was gonna say something, but because why is he here? Why is Andrew Schultz here?
Yeah, did
Well, they
he
can have
invite
a
him here?
conversation.
He invited him here, right? I'm assuming. I'm assuming he. Yeah,
they-
he invited him to have a
they're
conversation,
go-
right?
They're going to express how they communicate in a minute.
Okay.
Right. So they're
Yeah.
going because the main event is basically them talking about their interaction together
Yeah.
and the joke
Yep.
he made. Right.
Yep.
So he's about to explain to him why he was wrong for making the joke.
They're going to have a conversation.
Yeah, I think it's about how their
Over the
communication
next
landed
14
on
minutes.
each other. I'm assuming
Yep.
how they landed
And-
on each other.
And this next 14 minutes is what made me want to do this stream because you're going to see inference and the inability to pass catch, the inability to be able to put hands and catch.
That's why they're defensive backs, because they're just wide receivers who can't catch.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, yeah. Because
That's
this
such a
is
beautiful
Why you
thing.
got on pajamas? You got on some
he
shorts.
he
or something.
needs this to be he needs this to be a conversation. This ain't a conversation. He made a joke. You took it wrong.
Yeah.
He said, "Fuck you." We don't have to discuss the dynamics.
Well,
of
you know, some people don't
the
know how to
fight.
disengage, so we about to see what
Mhm.
happened when you don't know how to disengage.
I mean, I'm
That's what we finna see. Yeah, I know
Yeah.
you missed the. I ain't got
I'm
that
with
button
you
in my
on that.
loadout. I know.
niggas. I definitely don't. Right. So that's what
Oh,
I'm like.
speaking of loadouts, Warzone is bringing Verdansk back. The original map for Warzone is coming back tomorrow. I will be on Call of Duty Warzone. Just letting
Let's
you know. If
go.
you wanna play it, make sure you have it on your Xbox.
COD players.
Yeah.
Hop
That's
on.
it. I said loadout, and I was like, yeah, I'm finna be on that.
Let's
Gotcha.
go. All right. Well, did you was there anything else on that yellow? Cause you like you.
Now he said he
you-
don't disengage. He ain't got that loadout.
Yeah. Yeah. He's a
No,
CEO.
yeah, it's basically yeah. But I was just trying to, yeah, I was just saying like it as much as he wants this to be a conversation, and I know he probably gonna go into like all the struggles. I'm trying to be rabbit the conversation. I know he's
Let's
gonna
go.
go into like all the struggles
Mhm.
that Black
Mhm.
women went through and all this other shit, and it's just like
Let's see.
I'd truly be like, if I'm not like he getting paid for this appearance, I get it. But
I
you
don't think
flew me all
Andrew's
up
gonna
here.
let him
I
go
came
through
all the
that.
way here for this. Like I came all the way here for this for a joke.
I don't see Andrew
If
letting
you
him
were
like.
to
I think
do
he'll let him start, but I don't see him letting him just like really go on the whole soliloquy about it. He already called it a soliloquy earlier.
Mm.
I feel like I feel like he gonna be like, we ain't gotta do all this shit again.
Okay.
Like, what's
Early
really the
predictions?
tea? Like, what's really
Early
the tea?
prediction?
That's
Okay.
my prediction that Andrew Schultz will interrupt the soliloquy.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I'm agree.
Patriarchy. Watts with another great question, man. Watts has the best questions ever all the time.
No, because ain't no black woman worried about no what Andrew Schultz said is a fucking joke. Well, except the ones who activated Ryan Clark. They wanted him to come fight.
But it's always that thing about men speaking on behalf of women. Should a woman's voice be included? And it's always that waffle. Like, if a woman's not included, they say she should have been. And then she is included. Well, the men should have had that conversation amongst themselves. It's like that.
Should she be in the room? But I also understood that he said he was going to speak for black women. But then I understood through what he actually communicated, he was just communicating his experience of black women.
Yes.
And they generally don't care if you full on like defending them. If you're like in 100% defending them, they don't give a shit who you are.
Yeah, that's right.
Just call it what it is. They don't have to be around. They just got to see it happen. They'd be like, "That's right."
Yeah, Marcus, we're going to just chop it up here, man. Appreciate it.
Ooh, drop your thoughts, though. Drop your thoughts. We supposed to be looking at inference and body language and stuff. So I'm excited. Let's go. Play.
Tell them how we've been organizing the whole thing from the beginning.
Well, so initially, Charlotte, I don't know if Charlotte.
Tell them how we've been
may not know.
Yeah.
You know, they don't. We've
Speaking
texted
of power
a little bit
plays
over the last week.
Tell them how we've been organizing the whole thing from the beginning.
Well, so initially, Charlotte, I don't know if Charlamagne told you, but he messaged me.
He told me that you told him you wanted me to make jokes about black women. And then I was like, all right, if Ryan wants to do it, I'll do it. And then it was crazy. And then this whole internet thing happened. And I was like, but Ryan asked for this. You know, never trust a guy from South Carolina. I mean, that's what
I'm from New Orleans. That's a good thing.
Well, Charlamagne's from South Carolina.
Actually, I do appreciate, though, you know, like all jokes aside.
Yes.
So he was asked to make a joke about black women? Is that what I'm
That
saying?
was the joke. That part was
That
was the joke.
Yeah, that was a joke.
The joke was that he was
That
the
was
joke.
the joke.
Okay. I was just making sure. I'm like,
Yeah,
all
the
right.
joke was that Ryan asked for all of this and then turned on him after the fact.
Right. Okay. Got it. Thank you. There's also
But
stuff going on in the background behind me. It's
Nah, you good. Nah, you got a whole thing. You got man, listen.
Because Ryan didn't catch it.
I
Ryan,
have
you
I was gonna say I have a 6-year-old dancing behind me in an Elsa dress. Like,
ain't nothing wrong with that. What
That's
passing through my
perfectly
peripheral. It's
fine.
a very unsettling occurrence.
Really?
Because it's just like,
Just
how are you
going-
over there? You were just over here. And it's just like
Listen.
right outside of my line of sight. So it's just like unsettling. Like, why are you
Nah,
twirling
man.
around maniacally, like in the
No, it's not
peripheral
maniacal.
edges of my vision?
Just
That's
where
Just
you
having a passionate
can
friendship.
see
Like
her,
it's
but can't
almost
see her
just
with
where you
this-
can see her. Yeah, like you can see a lot of movement, but you can't make out what the movement is.
So your brain just feels it.
Your
that
brain is
sensory
just like,
phone. Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
What is fucking happening? Like, sorry. It's very distracting.
I feel you.
Is I do appreciate the way, you know, you've conversed and communicated with me about little things leading up to this.
Sure. And thank you for texting me. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've almost wished that we could have spoke immediately. I think that might have, would maybe clear some things up.
Well, I think the first thing, you know, and I said it because we talked about it recently because you said something, you know, to Shannon and you talked to Charlamagne. I was like, everything that you say about me is fair to me. Like, you have an opportunity to rebuttal, respond to anything, because when I spoke about you, it wasn't something that was addressed to me.
Right.
I involved myself.
Right.
I understand this game, these platforms, is that like, okay, he gonna respond, and he should.
Yeah.
So I have no problem with that. What was, you know, in your responding, because it's been a while, what made you finally say something? Were you just asked about it, or?
I forget exactly what happened on Shannon. I'm sure that the cognac had something to do with it. You get loose on that Shannon Sharp podcast. No, I don't know why exactly I responded there, because I didn't respond on any other thing, right?
Yeah.
And then maybe I said something since. I was looking back at the response. I thought that it was unfair how I framed the thing. I texted you this, so it's weird to have this conversation in person, even though we've already texted. So I thought it was unfair that I was like, you said that I said the N-word or something like that, or wanted to say the N-word. So which wasn't what you said. Like, I'm sure everybody's probably seen that clip that listens to the podcast right now. But I think it seemed as if you were trying to explain these things that are troubling for you culturally. my initial reaction was obviously this thing like, why is he talking about this and like me right now? Like, what is the moment? And that's why I thought it was clout. And then when you text me, you're like, I have a lot of black women that are in my life that are going, hey, you need to address this. You need to understand
There y'all
this. You
go.
need to protect us. And I
There y'all go.
Yeah, I mean that was clear. You're
There
acting
y'all
out.
go.
That's what happened when you cape.
There y'all go.
They're gonna put you in some shit you ain't need to be. You captain.
Hey, I'm
So,
cutting off. Go ahead, yo. Go ahead.
ooh, no. Go ahead.
I'm cutting off any woman in my life that would send me some random dude on the internet who I don't know making a joke about black women and telling me I need to go do something about it. How you gonna sick me on internet person number 2,736,491.8?
Cause he captain culture.
Nah,
He got to be the
Captain.
culture police.
Nah,
But there's a lot of
man.
men. I actually heard a man. I don't know what the conversation was, but it was a TikTok panel, and one man said that he had this moment of realization for himself because he usually sided with women. Like he had more of a skew, when you go on some of these places. And so the women that knew him and like kind of knew he often would take this position started to send him other panels when men were like disagreeing with them to be like, come up here and argue our side and stand up for us. So like
he's the pit bull.
Yeah, that is a thing. Like he's the pit bull for the women. He's made himself that through the way he postures in conversations.
Yeah. I'm just gonna say Rashawn said it. I'm glad you said it. I didn't want to step on your point.
Nah, you
Because
good.
that just pissed me the fuck off.
Yeah, that.
But
I know
he's
y'all said
welcoming
women
it.
send it to him. Yeah, he
Yeah.
is. He's taking
But
that
that
identity.
goes
He's
to
taking that on.
that goes to me, that goes exactly to Andrew Schultz's point. They actually proved his joke right. Because like you said, you gonna sick your pit bull on him because you ain't like what he said that wasn't even addressed to you.
How can I do that? There we go.
You had to defend your mama, your sister, because they sent you some text messages. You had to defend the 16 to 17 women you might know.
From Andrew Schultz on a podcast.
From Andrew Schultz on the podcast.
That nobody has to watch. No. You need to go check this man so he don't make jokes on his own podcast. That's crazy. That's actually unhealthy and toxic behavior.
And I bet it was kicked to him like, yo, this rhetoric is big online. Like people say this and they're just unchecked. You should address it. Like I don't even know if it was like really. Obviously, I don't know. Those women did not have the foresight to think that it would turn into a back and forth between the actual person who brought the topic up, because that's how like internet culture is right now. People say stuff. People have whole podcasts like we're literally doing now. Like people comment, on things that come up. So I think it more so probably was kicked to him in that way. Like he's saying this is a rhetoric online. I think you should say something about it on your show. Like I could see them like kind of sicking him on it in that way. I think that's how it's usually done. Like you have to combat the rhetoric online about black women, like in a general thing. And he feels like he has to kind of, take up this mantle of like being a different voice in the wilderness out of all the online red pill stuff. So I think it more than likely was kicked to him in that way, not necessarily like go get Andrew Schultz.
No, I get you, and he probably took it that way because he has, like Marcus is saying, Ryan Clark on his professional job on ESPN has taken on the role of protector of blackness. So every time something happens, it's if it's happening to a black athlete, well, there's some racial aspect. We need to talk about the racial aspect. I think even when his contract was coming to an end, he brought in, well, I know the reason how I didn't get re-signed was, all these other people got re-signed. I wonder why I'm the only one. Or, but I think the people that didn't get re-signed, he alluded to the fact that he was black. So he keeps bringing up the black stuff. He's everybody starting to call him a race baiter because it has amped up during the pandemic time. But I think he also got more comfortable too. I don't know if this is like the real him eking out or he's taking on the persona of the pro-black protector. Whatever it
He's
is.
probably just leaning into what is people are responding to around him. If people have started to see him as that person, and people look to him to be that person, that's what the audience is demanding from him. Then it's probably a little bit of also leaning into the gap or the niche that he's somehow found himself in.
Yeah, because even it's also like a company thing too. ESPN gets a lot of claims of being like the woke DEI pushing platform, and I know even Kendrick Perkins when LeBron James went on a white platform, and I know why he did it. It was to incite because he's having a beef with Stephen A. Smith, so he went to Stephen A. Smith's biggest in-company rival, did an interview, and everybody like, why didn't you go to a black podcaster? You should have went to Channing. You should have went to this black person. You should have went to that black person. So now that's like the constant thing on ESPN from a lot of black hosts. Everything is black centric when it doesn't always have to be. So Ryan Clark has been fitting in that bag. Stephen A. Smith, Ryan Clark, and Kendrick Perkins, like they'll bring up race where race wasn't even a thought, like 9 times out of 10. Just to put that, like, it's not just here that we're fighting this fight. Contextualize a little bit.
I was like, okay, I get that.
Oh, them
like,
was the J's.
More of a
hold up.
The motherfuckers fly.
Continue to protect us, and I was like, okay.
With the pivot yellow, that electric volt yellow.
Yeah, them motherfuckers fly. With the Marlins hat.
I mean, I ain't really feeling it with the hat, but I like that.
It's got yellow in it. I like that.
It's
like
got a little, just a tiny bit, tiny.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's
nah,
you can get away with.
I'm gonna tell you, there's a Brewers logo with that kind of yellow in it. I would have preferred that, but I'm gonna take it.
I'd probably win Pirates. I'd probably win a Pirates hat.
Pirates.
Okay. We got the P on it.
And
I'm not doing
you're right.
Blue jeans either. I'm not doing blue jeans either.
Nah, not with that. That's clean. I like it a lot.
I get that. It's like more of a protective instinct. And I was like, okay, I understand where that's coming from. And like I think that's noble. Like I'm fine with that. And like people are allowed to react however they want to jokes. I think that's like a misconception with comedians that like you have to like our jokes. Like I didn't even think the joke was that good. But it was yeah, I didn't think it was that good. But it was I didn't even think the joke was that good. But it was yeah, I didn't think it was that good. But it was a joke. And the intention was to make people laugh. And I think the issue I had with what you said was that like I felt it was framed as if like I was unaware of these things that you were saying. You were like, I want to tell you what like black women mean to me. And then you told like beautiful stories about like, you know, your mother and what she did for you and like.
And just real quick, that's the inference. You were telling these stories to infer that I have no idea what this stuff is. Like I have no clue what these struggles are. So
your wife and what she was doing for you.
Pause it
your
real
health
quick.
Was bad.
Let's go.
I want to ask Bree something.
Let's go.
Yeah.
If I was a white person and I wanted to just get a general idea of the black woman experience without interacting with black women, do you think I can use media to kind of get an idea on that now in 2025?
Yeah. You can go on TikTok.
Okay. I mean, like movies, books, all of that.
You mean just stand a representation?
Yeah.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like TV. I'm talking about any media.
No, yeah, you can learn about
Yeah. If you consume it.
I would say social media so you can hear people tell their own. If you wanted people's personal stories, you can hear it on TikTok.
But I'm thinking.
But if you want to see something like, you can watch Insecure. I think that's a black experience. You can watch.
Right, but see, I'm thinking because see, if they only watch Insecure, then they're going to disregard that because they're not thinking further back than that. I'm talking about the general history of the black woman experience. Because we're talking about some goalpost movers now.
I mean, that's like,
you know what I'm saying?
Yes, you know, like you can, if you want to know the history of black, yes, you can. There are many channels to learn about black.
Right.
Many channels. Books, TVs, historical documentaries.
Right.
Like, there's plenty.
Especially in a high information availability world where most information I wanted to find out about any black women at any time is probably a Google away.
Yeah, but I think the inference is that Andrew's feeling is he's saying is you don't see black people as human. I mean, that's pretty much what he's doing. I mean, that's what he's like through his whole thing. You're just inferring it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
What
like
he
that's why
told
he
were
like,
not specifically black stories.
Yeah, but it's almost like a story you would say like you don't see these people as human who have struggles and like blah blah blah. Like the story could have been anything, but it's like the fact that you feel like you needed to tell him a story of the human struggle of black women is like you're inferring, you're basically insinuating that I'm dehumanizing them.
Yep.
Right.
Because why would you need to tell?
You're telling me human stories.
A mom that worked.
Right. You're
and then
telling
got
me,
played at the bank.
Right.
And a wife that stuck by her sick husband.
Yeah. These are
like,
things you do to people
black.
who like don't. Yeah. These are things you do to humanize people. Like, yeah.
And Andrew picked up on the inference there. He picked up on what could be insinuated or implied from that kind of language. Because he spent a long time on that aspect. He spent 20 seconds on the joke. And then spent like 10 minutes on the history of black women. So that's a heavy implication now at this point. Because you're not even talking about the joke and the premise of it or any of that stuff. You leaned real heavy into that one side. That's why I think that's why Andrew was leading with this. Like, you kind of laid it on thick there.
You know what I mean? And I'm listening to this and I'm like, wow, like black women will do anything for their children. And they'll do anything for their husband when they're sick. And I was like, I think my mom and wife are black.
I get the joke.
I get the joke. I guess what I'm trying to say is like,
the other piece of it too, Andrew, is that white women haven't been under attack in this country for their entire existence.
Would anybody beg to disagree?
I mean, there was a whole first wave feminist.
I know feminists would.
Started, I mean, mostly run by white women. So.
I know suffragists.
I don't know what he's talking about.
Right, I'm pretty sure there's a lady who got ran up by a horse during the horse race in the UK who would tell you differently, sir.
And then he like literally pivoted because the stories he told was just like, once again, you told me stories humanizing women. You didn't tell me historical moments in Black history that formulate why these women would be violent, right? Like you could have been like, oh, the black, like just random Black Panther movement, the black women were blah, blah, blah. And like, you didn't actually give Black history. You gave a humanizing story of black, of Black women. You were trying to humanize them to me. You weren't giving me a history lesson.
Right. You was telling me about
I know two good Black women.
Yeah, right. I'm gonna tell you some. So we're humans too. Look, my mom does human things. Like you just basically like you're insinuating that I dehumanize them with my joke. I'm just saying. Now he pivoting to like historically, Black women are being attacked. So are you justifying them being violent right now? Like, I'm interested to see what Andrew's gonna say because.
Because he knows he's getting gaslit right here. White women have not been attacked in this country.
Because now you pivoting. The name of the show, you're pivoting right now.
Right, ain't Schultz, what is Schultz?
He Jewish, ain't he?
Jewish?
I believe he's Jewish.
Yeah, Jewish name.
Yeah, telling Jewish people.
Right.
They ain't been through nothing. Yeah, that's gonna fly over real well.
Right, and so it wasn't about the nobility of it for me. Right, it was about that.
He's not Jewish.
He's not Jewish.
I know we had this conversation on the last time the first time I've ever seen this man. We were talking about where he's from. His mom's Scottish. Oh, I thought he was Jew or something. No, he got a Jew kind of name, but he's not, right?
It is Scottish immigrant. Yeah, German and Irish.
Yeah, okay. German.
Opposite of Jewish.
Okay. I mean, all the Irish people getting that shit.
I was thinking the German part.
Oh, okay. I'm about to say that.
The other side, okay, yeah. Sorry.
See, he represents.
Yeah,
You
sorry.
know, you come together. Come together.
Now the mustache makes sense now.
Yeah, the
Right.
mustache makes a lot more.
I mean,
and
with
the
a
height.
name like Schultz, he triggering everybody.
Mustache.
Not some nigga named Schultz.
Definitely.
Schultz list.
Right.
Oh, the fucking man. Nope. Nope. The dude from the dude from Inglorious Bastards was named Schultz.
Yeah.
That's a very German. You see SCH. You right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like school.
Sure.
Space where I have a voice.
Yeah.
This is something that has been said. This is something that is being circulated.
Yeah.
And if the two black men that were sitting across from you would have addressed it a different way,
Yeah.
even if they would have maybe laughed and it felt like a joke.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It was an uncomfortable situation where what you said was neither refuted or agreed to, and it wasn't presented as a joke. And in the same space where I feel like if you're sitting on flagrant,
Why the fuck wasn't it presented? That's what.
Yeah, I'm confused. I'm a little confused.
How you gonna say it wasn't presented as a joke? Because nigga, so every joke. That's what he was saying. Every joke he's basically saying every joke I tell don't get a laugh.
Right.
It wasn't a good joke, but you can't tell me it wasn't a joke.
Right. Or if it go over their head, or it's too
Mm-hmm.
too dry, some people
Right.
might not catch it as a joke. Yeah.
Or Ryan Clark, if you can't understand the inherent violent type threat of agreeing with what the fuck was said, because that's the type of reaction that you get. You get the dog sicked on you if you sit up here and laugh at the joke.
I
Or
mean,
if you think the joke is funny.
and at the same time, so what if he really meant it? I mean,
Yeah.
That's why they
but if
didn't
it is,
laugh.
so what if it's a joke based on what he perceives to be? I mean,
And they
'cause
did laugh.
Right.
Because that's why they got
up laughing. Right. My bad. Go ahead.
They had the fight or flight response.
Right.
yeah, they started laughing and everybody got
Yeah,
mad. Yeah, they did laugh.
Yeah.
They did.
They was knee slapping. They were knee slapping.
They did laugh. Right. So
Yeah.
what are you talking about, Ryan?
Yeah.
They was trying to get him a out. My bad.
What the fuck? Sorry, no, my screen just did something. Nothing. Go ahead.
Yeah. Now it seemed like he was trying to get them an out, trying to say that they was
Well, they were uncomfortable. Well, I think he's just choosing to believe what they saying. Like they just said in that moment we was uncomfortable. Yeah. So I think he's just choosing to believe what they said. Their experience of it was.
Right. So he got to understand why that uncomfortable wasn't there. That uncomfortable wasn't there because he made that joke. The uncomfortable is there because they can't laugh at it because they know the response to their audience. And that's the problem. It'd be a lynch mob type response. So it ain't violent, but don't act like it ain't that women in mass don't have visceral responses to hearing shit that they don't like. That's why you sitting right here, nigga, because you got pit bull, nigga. You got let off the fucking leash. You got sicked on them. So don't act like they won't get some motherfuckers to retaliate. It's just levels to the shit. You own a podcast. But take it to a regular neighborhood shit, motherfucker might call their brother to go down the street and shoot a nigga in the face.
Mm-hmm.
That's all you did. You just did it in the podcast way. Y'all trying to jump Andrew Schultz. That's why he the only one there, and it's you and your boys, and they just sitting back ain't saying nothing.
Mm-hmm.
While you sit up here and grill Andrew Schultz, who got his legs crossed in y'all shit.
I mean, yeah, he's comfy.
So, like, this one.
Well, he felt the room out, and now he's like, "Oh, I'm good."
Because the first thing he said was he felt so comfortable. Now this nigga super comfortable in your shit. He's sitting up with it. That was one of the first things this nigga said. He felt like he was too comfortable. Man, look, if I got he too comfortable heat with you, you ain't finna come in my shit legs crossed. We gonna do this podcast standing up, probably.
You gonna
stand your ass up.
Yep.
You gonna make sure the tension palpable.
No,
nigga, but this is all. But you know, this is chess right here. So
yeah, I ain't playing.
They lose. I mean, they losing. Yeah, they losing. I mean, if this is chess though, they losing.
Yeah. Ryan gonna fight. He about to start fighting back, but it's all.
Okay, well, I want to get. Come on now, I didn't forget what they were talking about.
Because you saw the one petty, it's like the joke wasn't funny, and Ryan was under the bit like, yeah, it wasn't funny. Like so, like little petty stuff like that. He's gonna keep.
Ryan's definitely activated. He's already activated.
Yeah.
I can see
but
it.
I love
Then
the
be
way
like,
Shaw
men are
started
so.
off.
Yeah, men
He was
are
like,
so.
tell him how we set this up. I was like, ooh, I love that.
Yeah.
Like you telling him to tell everybody. I was like,
Ryan's clearly activated.
Yeah.
Like his ear is hot right now. Like I can see it on.
I think
like,
he's
his
leaning
ears,
forward.
Yeah, his ear is hot. Like his palms might be a little sweaty.
Yeah,
this is an activated man.
Look at that.
Yeah, this is an activated man right here. Like
hands clenched, fist clenched.
Make no mistake, just because he calm and talking don't mean he not activated. Like
hands clenched.
Yeah,
let's go.
Yeah,
let's go.
And it's okay.
As a joke. And in the same space where I feel like if you're sitting on flagrant.
You don't think I presented it as a joke?
It didn't feel like a joke.
Oh.
Right? Like anything you do in stand-up, when you are doing stand-up, like I watched your stand-up, I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, like this is funny. And when you're talking about the Latina nurse and all those things, I was like, I get it, right? Because in jokes, whether we go.
No, I want to hear this. Can please
let it play. No, let it play. Yeah,
because I'm gonna forget what he's saying. Forget to send it
to Wanda or Shanae, right? We're gonna do the extreme in jokes. Whether we go back to Wanda or Shanae, right? We're gonna do the extreme of the stereotype, right? I get that.
Yeah.
In that conversation, and all jokes, and you know this, like you've been punched in the face on stage before, right?
Yeah.
That's impressive.
He has.
Right? All jokes are really as funny as the people who comprehend them and digest them.
I would debate that, obviously, but however somebody takes a joke, they're right. If you don't find something funny, you're right. Mm-hmm. You're allowed to react however you want to whatever I say. The tricky thing is when like we start trying to decide what the intention is. Because my intention is always like when I'm making a joke is to make people laugh, to bring joy to the world. And sometimes, as you've seen with my special, I'm making jokes about myself for an hour about like really vulnerable up shit. And then sometimes I'm making jokes about a culture that I go visit. I go to Abu Dhabi and I make fun of all of them in an arena out there. And it's this big fun experience. And I've done that for like the last almost 20 years. And I've built this audience. And if you come to one of my shows, it's by far the most diverse audience in all of comedy. And I mean that of any comedian. It's by far, so it's like clearly I'm talking about cultures in a way where they don't feel bullied, they feel seen. And I don't think that joke represented that when I said it on the pod. Mm. But my concern was, I think the way that you reacted, it was like that I was like ignorant. And you can call me a lot of things. You can call me insensitive, like call me not funny, call me whatever. But ignorant is one thing that I would disagree on. I think like I'm pretty aware and pretty curious guy. And like, I'm curious because I genuinely want to know about people.
What did you say? I'm
sorry.
I
think that's often.
You can. I just wanted to make sure I heard his whole. But what were you saying about the ignorant thing? Rashawn?
No, I take umbrage with that. I was just piggybacking on what he said. Yeah.
Okay.
It's like you can call me a lot of things, but you call me ignorant.
Yeah.
I take umbrage. I take great offense to that, sir.
Yeah, I feel him on that. But it's crazy. It's crazy. This nigga Ryan Clark, like, yeah, singing special was great when you was making the jokes about the Latina nurse and all of it. Oh, so the joke about the Latina nurse is funny.
Okay.
But then when it comes to the sisters, you want to use the extreme of the extreme of the extreme examples.
Jake.
How extreme is that? It ain't as extreme as you think it is. But yeah, this is this some big ass shit.
Sir.
Reflected in the comedy. That joke, it's like, for me, it is a joke. It's not like the intention is like, how can I put this information out about black women on the internet? It was like, I hate explaining jokes, but I'm literally just doing a typical joke formula, which is like, we have one idea of one thing, and then what's the opposite of it? Mm-hmm. right? And I understand there's like a sensitivity to these like stereotypes or tropes, and like the joke wasn't funny enough for like how much it hurt people. I get that, and they're entitled to however they want to feel about it. I don't like it going into the territory of like, that's how he really feels. And he's just using it as like a smoke screen to say how he really feels. It's like, no, how I really feel is I just want us all to laugh.
What happened is, like, you're saying that, like, I spoke on a joke in a way that you don't think was fair, when if you listen to me, I used your joke to say something I wanted to say anyway.
Let me clarify.
Right.
Get the fuck out.
But he told on himself. But he told on himself. But he snitched. So one, it is clout. Because I took your joke and used it as an entry. I do that all the time. I'm using this whole thing as an entry point to inference and how people lack the understanding of inference. So I get that what he's doing, but why would you drag Andrew Schultz this far into it? Unless the only way to drag Andrew Schultz to your platform is because you wanted the clout the entire time. Because if the joke wasn't a thing, there's something I wanted to say already. Just say the thing.
Say the fucking thing, bro.
Just make the point. Don't use the leading question. Just make the point. But if you do use the lead-in, don't make him look like he's the bad guy. Don't do the follow-up pieces. Don't act like it's something that it's not. So now he's betraying his own intention.
You know what this is? This is telling us that Serena quit walking ain't had nothing to do with Drake.
Yeah, it's that.
This is leaving
But
out
here
that.
it is. But here it is. Like, here's the thing. He's right though, because like Marcus has been saying, he's been pandering to black women and black people for a minute. So if that's his role now, if that's identity, yes, these are things he's been wanting to say. Andrew just gave him an opportunity. But like, don't drag it to the point where this dude has to come to your channel to clear the air. Right? This shouldn't be in the air to clear. Just speak on it like other publics, like Dr. Umar. Umar takes something like this, he'll make some content about it, go live on Instagram, TikTok, wherever he be going live at. King Kong Consciousness will repost it. He never tries to make the person come and sit down like they got to check in. Make your commentary and move on. And that's what RC should have did. You got a platform, content creator, make your commentary and move on. But that's not what he did. So he a liar too. He dishonest.
Yeah, you tried to make the nigga atone for his sins or some shit like that. Like he gotta come to you with how he can and what he can and can't say in his comedy shit about black women. Bro, get the fuck out of here, man.
Nah, Yellow. He can make his little jokes on the comedy stage, but not in a podcast. See, when you say it in a podcast,
right,
you got to check in with the big dog.
Because a comedian's podcast can't be funny.
No.
What is he supposed to talk about?
Latino nurses.
Stupid ass nigga, man. How much you can't make a comedian can't make jokes on his podcast?
It's crazy, man. When I heard his own rationale, like this dude, he does.
It's like Andrew Schultz telling him that he can't talk about football.
Yeah. Or any other sport that he chooses to.
Right, or any other sport that he chooses to.
Like you work in sports. If they ask you about the WNBA, you're gonna say, I don't talk about the WNBA.
Right.
He treating everybody like they stupid. I don't like getting my face played.
Yeah.
However you react is fair.
Right. But my point is, I didn't paint you as anything. I said Andrew Schultz said this.
Yeah.
Let me
So, here we go to inference. I didn't paint you as anything. Andrew Schultz said this.
paint you as anything. I said Andrew Schultz said this.
Yeah.
Let me tell you about my experience, right? Like when I watch Life, right? When I'm sitting in my son's house watching Netflix, I'm saying Andrew Schultz is telling this story about the journey of him and his wife to conceive their child.
Yeah.
And it's a beautiful story.
Thank you.
It's not my job now, right, to go, but let me tell you about how it is to have children with black women. That's not my job, right?
Sure,
because
sure.
you were doing a performing art, which
he did with the joke. He was performing on his podcast. So it's not your job to come behind him and tell him what the relationship to black women is like. He just, you know what I'm saying, he messes himself up.
Giving to us for entertainment by being vulnerable, right? I understood that.
Yeah.
And so in what you did, it was like, okay, no, I'm not refuting what you said because I don't know your experiences, right? I got away from Andrew Schultz and I got to black women.
But you started with Andrew Schultz and you're framing this as his experience when he made a joke. But the entire time he doesn't understand what he's inferring.
Man, these type of niggas make me want to square up with their ass, like for real.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm being gaslight during this fucking conversation.
That's what it is.
I swear to God,
and you can see it.
Man.
Schultz feels. I'm trying to go. I was trying to catch Schultz, but Schultz sees it. You see it on Schultz's face. He's like, he's sitting with it because Ryan keeps he's dominating the conversation at this point. Like, he said,
he got home court advantage.
Yeah,
and he got home court advantage.
You see, throwing up the one, like, pause. He won with the point. He pointing the one and throwing up the finger with the other, like, pause, hold up. Because he feel like he cooking. Feel like I'm cooking right now. Hold up.
For experiences, right? I got away from.
He sees it. He's computing. He's like, yeah, okay, I hear you, but
Andrew Schultz, and I got to black women. And I think my bigger problem is if you can, based on whatever reason you want to, right? Say, hey man, I'm gonna give you my experience with my wife that I love.
Yeah.
What is wrong with me saying I'm gonna give you my experience with black women who I love?
I feel like you keep saying.
The problem is you led into it with Andrew Schultz.
The problem is that he didn't do that. That's not the thing you responded to. You didn't respond. You didn't respond to the story about him having a baby with his wife. You responded to the story about him talking about black women. You told the story and you said, I can't respond to that. Then you said, well, if I'm responding to that, then why can't? That's not what you did.
It's not what he did.
Swear to God, this is why I don't have relationships. This is why I ain't cool with certain people. You're not finna sit up here and say some shit, then 5 seconds later act like you didn't just fucking say that shit.
Because he just said I started talking about Andrew Schultz and then I flipped over to talk about black women. So why are you talking about Andrew Schultz if you just really wanted to talk about black women? It's stuff I wanted to say all anyway. And you're not responding to his experience because I don't know your experience. He said, I don't know your experience. So why would you be responding with your experience if you don't know his experience? So what are you refuting? You're refuting something. It's like the Black Lives Matter, All Lives Matter. If somebody's like Black Lives Matter, I like kumquats. Like, what are you responding to? That doesn't even make sense. So if he makes a joke and you respond with your experience, that doesn't make sense. If he shares his experience and you say it's not my place to respond with my experience, that makes sense, but that's not what happened. It's like nothing he's saying right now follows any logic. Because he doesn't know Andrew's experience. He said if he does know Andrew's experience and Andrew shares his experience, he's not supposed to come back with his own experience like that. So like everything he's saying is all based.
This
he activating yellow with his gaslighting.
Man, for real, because this how he sound.
Everybody has feelings. So you're physically hurt, but you're not thinking of my mental, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's how he sound. And that's how this how he got me feeling.
I swear I'll crash out right now. You ain't like that. Stop it. Swear I'll crash out. Man, stop. You just talking. Fuck it, I'm crashing out. Okay. I'm a real nigga. Yo. I hate you too.
And that's what I mean. He just activated.
Yeah.
And that's why I be saying logic don't be logicking. when you in an activated state. Like the logic don't be logicking.
There's no flow to this. But
everybody else from the outside can always see it. But when the person is triggered, their logic disintegrates.
And see, that's the problem though. That's the
I
problem.
know. You're saying that's not logic. Right. If it's
not
logic,
that. Not even that.
Yeah.
That's not what I was going to say. what I was getting ready to say is people with these platforms,
Yeah.
the people on the outside can't see it. The
Mm.
people on the outside take them as authorities, take them at their word, take them and believe that the best, they give them assumed positive intent.
Yeah, the other triggered people. Because I feel like
It's
most
crazy.
people who not triggered, but like this isn't a pain point for them hearing this. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't carry it. They can see this exchange and be like, oh, he's triggered, he caping. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, yeah, of course the same people who also triggered, yeah, they gon' go with his side. Like they gonna, you know, I think I sent an article about that. Like, yeah, the people who share his same pain point are going to side with him. So yes, that's how you get a following. You find that thing, and then they're gonna follow you because y'all have the same logic. It's just triggered logic, so it doesn't make any sense. But it makes sense to them. Like, of course, he was like, yeah, it made sense to me. Of course it did. I'm sure you felt like you made sense because you were calm. You thought you were calm when you did it, but you wasn't. You was triggered. You didn't even know you were. The women who called you was triggered, and when you responded, you was triggered.
Yep.
And you triggered now.
Shout out to Bree. She had shared an article, and the title of the article is "Neuroscientists Link Low Self-Awareness and Stronger Brain Reactions to Moralized Issues." That was going to be a part of this too, because he has low self-awareness. That's exactly what's going on, and because he's added black women, it's a moralized issue. So yeah, that was definitely.
And now he got to protect them too. So now he's extra.
Yeah.
He just all activated. His Judge Joe Brown male boy child program is just activated.
Hold on.
With me saying I'm going to give you my experience with black women who I love.
I feel like you keep saying that you think that I think you're wrong. You're right to say whatever you want to say. However you feel is fine. What I feel is that like you were positioning me in a way that I don't think is consistent with me. Like I know that black mothers love their kids and they'll do anything for them, just like Chinese mothers do, just like Latin mothers do, right? Like that's the relationship a mother has with their kid. You know, I mean, you're mixed, right? Your mom is white or your dad's?
Mom's white.
Your mom's white. Like I bet she really loved you. I bet she didn't love you any less because she's white. Like you're everything to her. She'd probably do anything. I know my mom stopped going to school. She was 14 years old. She like comes to America from Scotland and she like builds a life and she would do anything for us. Like, so I don't think that's like a thing that's idiosyncratic to black women. I think that's like a woman mom thing. It's really beautiful. So as you were explaining these things, it was like.
So like you can disarm the blackness because you're putting it in the wrong bucket. The behavior you're attributing to your mother is not the black bucket. It's the mom bucket.
To me, how I felt, how I interpreted it, might not be what you intended, but like my interpretation was like, he's positioning me in a way as if I'm not aware of this thing and that people are capable of like immense beauty and care and concern and empathy. And it's like
Bree said humanize.
If you feel like you have to explain that to me, you must think that I don't think that already about black women or all women, or you think that like I think that way about white women and don't about black women. So that's why I'm like, whoa, like,
yeah, I think
Bree called it the inference.
Yeah, you're basically saying I dehumanized them from a joke.
And now sat back, smile on face.
Who's smiling?
Ryan Clark. Look,
that's tension. I don't think that's a
I don't know.
That's not a smile.
I don't know.
That's that's all tension.
I think after hearing what he just heard from Andrew Shaw, he's like, that's exactly what I think. I don't think that's what he's gonna say. I don't think that's what he's gonna say.
That's like a very tense face. That's not a smile. Yeah, he's like, now he's activated, so I don't feel like he's going to yield.
Of course not. But I'm saying to that point that Andrew just made, he's Andrew was right. That's exactly what this man thinks.
Andrew clocked the T when he felt the need to share these humanizing stories. But I'm just saying that face he making right now, I'm just studying the face because he got the brows like this nigga. Like this is not a good. So this is like a. I'm finna take it there, nigga. That's what that face.
Ryan knows it's the truth. Like
Kinda
Ryan knows
crazy.
it's true. He got caught.
Oh,
I'm saying
yeah.
Ryan knows, but he's not mad about. He doesn't feel guilt or contrition. Like if somebody just said, "This is what I think you think about me," there's no reaching forward. Like, oh no, that's not what I wasn't trying. There's none of that. No, he's gone back from the forward position. He's leaned back. He's got his left hand flat now, as opposed to instead of having both of his hands clenched and the pointy, he's got one hand completely flat, and he's getting ready to say something. But even his brow, I know you said his brow is tense, but there's a happier tension in his eyes.
Yeah, it's like that moment when you realize, like, oh, he clocked something. He cooking, he clocked me, but I'm looking at all the tension he still has in his body, and I'm just guessing that he is not gonna be like, you know what? He ain't
gonna let it go. No,
he might try to play nice and be like, okay, I can see that, but and then he's gonna pivot.
Let's go.
He finna show you out why his show called Pivot.
Let's find out. But if I see this face and I actually had good intentions, I'm going to respond with some empathy. Like this is
he's like,
You
I mean,
like,
I'm
oh.
attacked. Yeah, like
You
what
like,
the
oh,
fuck is happening?
like-
I don't like you wilding. That's what that face is. You wilding.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm looking at Ryan's face like Louis' face. This man's like, you wilding, and he's like, well, I'm gonna show you some more.
Yeah,
like that's what like meow, right? You don't even know.
Yeah.
I hope they don't
about black women. So that's why I'm like, whoa, like,
yeah. I think what you're missing.
See, they're smiling there. They're smiling there.
I knew the condescending. I was gonna say he either gonna do the victim Trump. I was gonna say he either gonna do the victim Trump card or he gonna go full condescending mode about how some frame that Andrew exists in doesn't allow him to see, the heteronormative. I mean, the white people.
Either way, he was on the right track. Same way.
Right. That's what I said. I know this is how it's
worse. It's worse.
No, that's the windmilling though. That is
hear me. It's worse. Let it watch.
Oh yeah.
So that's why I'm like,
he finna crash out.
Whoa, like
yeah. I think what you're missing is.
Does that make sense?
And I want to say this in like the least combative way possible.
Oh, he's cute combative.
What you're missing is I don't care about you.
See? Oh, there you go. Okay. Classic. We see this all the time. That's why I was like, he can crash out. Yep. That's crash out. That is, but see, I think it's important because a lot of time men have these conversations and people act like men are emotional people. And I think people miss what men emotional trigger states and crash outs look like for a control man. Like all men ain't gonna go punching walls. That don't mean he not crashing out. This is a crash out. This is a stoic crash out.
Yeah. And then look, Andrew, because now Andrew's posture and body language saying now he's leaned forward and his face is sterner as opposed to the concerned face he had when he was like, "This how you trying to make me?" Like, whoa.
Because he see it. He like, "Oh, we crashing out." Is this really what you want? That's what that face looked like to me.
Yeah. Game one. Game on.
I think he getting a closer look at him. Like, am I seeing what I'm seeing? Let me give him. Yeah, he like, let me give him let me see where he go with this. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'll be thinking. Like, okay, he crashing out a little bit. He couldn't concede a point, so he gonna crash out. I don't care. Okay, let me see how far he trying to take it. That's what I'll be looking like too. Like, okay, let's see what it's doing.
I just had to get jumped by the black dudes that day. I'm just gonna go ahead.
Yeah, see, because Yella gonna match that energy. You crashing out stoically, Yella's gonna crash out.
Right.
Physically, but I need people to know that like this is a crash out.
Nigga, you think you what the fuck am I here for then? Nigga?
That's why I was like, this is a passive aggressive crash out, and I hate how men on these panels act like people like Ryan Clark. Like this is a crash out. I don't care if y'all don't acknowledge it because he didn't punch some shit. But this is an emotional crash out, and men do this all the time in relationships. And then we'll turn around and say men are more logical and men aren't emotional. And I'm like, and y'all be sitting over here acting just like Ryan Clark, acting just like
arguing like a bitch because he's arguing like a bitch, and that's what's pissing me the fuck off.
He
crashing like a bitch. No,
He's
as a
emotional and
bitch,
triggered.
he's crashing out like a bitch.
He's
That's what he
emotional
do.
and triggered.
Oh, I
This
swear to
is, and
God.
that's what I want people to say. Like, being
Makes
triggered and
sense because he
emotional is
argued like a
not
black
gender specific. It's just how it looks when each gender is triggered and emotional. But this is a
you
triggered
sitting up
emotional
having a
man.
you sitting up here having a fucking argument with me about our relationship, and the words that come out of your mouth is you don't care about me. Then what the fuck am I doing here then? Why the
Oh
fuck are
yeah,
you talking to me right now?
there's some people on say I know that they'll get you dropped. They come out, I really don't care
Nigga,
what you
fuck that.
think. Drop.
I'm talking about that's how you
But
know
it's
he black woman
disrespectful.
coded, because that's how
Yeah.
black women argue.
Yeah. I don't care about
Nah,
what you gotta say.
that's how man I almost called motherfucker out by that name. I ain't gonna do it.
I don't care. You can't tell me
I
nothing.
could ignore him the whole time. I could talk around
Yeah.
him. Fuck out of here, man.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah. So I like this because this is a crash
Yeah.
out.
It's a beautiful
It's a
study.
passive aggressive crash
It's a
out.
beautiful study. And I love this is where I learned Andrew Schultz, because I don't listen to Andrew Schultz. But
Yeah.
watching him during this was how I learned how smart he is. Just in the first bit of this, I learned how smart he was, how he handled everything from the way he came in, even to the way he came in dressed. Like, I was like, this dude is smart.
Chess.
Yeah. But yeah, it's beautiful.
About black women. So that's why I'm like, whoa, like.
Yeah, I think what you're missing is.
Does that make sense?
And I want to say this in like the least combative way possible.
Sure.
What you're missing is I don't care about you. Right? Like in that
a little bit less combative way of saying that, but yeah, sure.
In that moment, Andrew Schultz was a nameless gray face.
Sure.
Right? It wasn't. I didn't want to attack you. I didn't want people to come to you and be like, well, Ryan Clark said you're a racist. Like, I would never say that, because me, who never actually says, hey, white people are this.
Yeah.
When I step up for black women the way I did, you know what I got? You're a racist. Right?
Yeah, people are saying that. Yeah,
right. And so,
which is unfair too.
And if I, 2020, George Floyd, I'm like, look, man, I get that there's a criminal system, but doing this to any man is not okay.
That's right. Yeah, you brought up the Alton Sterling thing too.
And so, but when you do that, right, from whether
Trigger
it's
Trump
conservatives,
card.
Republicans.
Oh yeah.
Trigger Trump card. Trigger Trump card. Because how we get to George Floyd? Trigger logic.
He must in the full video. He must have brought it up.
It's still like the fact that this nigga's coming out at all.
Yeah.
Triggered. Like, oh my God. He's fully activated now. Right. Trauma Trump card.
Yeah, the Trauma Trump trap card. Let's go.
It's a trap.
The right white people in general, you're a racist, when I never in any fact ever say anything about my own color being superior to anybody, which is what racism stems from.
So, I just want y'all to get that. How he tells on himself again. Hold up.
Yeah, people are saying that.
But Andrew didn't do that either.
Which is unfair.
Right, he didn't.
Fair too.
And if I, 2020, George Floyd, I'm
Oh
like,
no.
look,
Before that, he said,
from
I never say that white people are racist.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what he does is infer.
Right. Yeah, this is
conservatives,
gaslighting.
Republicans, the right white people in general, you're a racist, when I never in any fact ever say anything about my own color being superior to anybody, which is what.
But I
most
never
racists
say
also don't do. They actually most racists don't actually do that, especially not 2025. It's covert racism, right? Microaggressions. You can't tell me you the black power police and you don't know about microaggressions.
Right. But I never call anybody racist. And I never say that my group is superior. So then why are you talking about, what are you saying? Well, like, what are you actually saying? So instead of saying what you don't say,
right?
What do you actually say?
No, he's not going to do that.
What racism stems from, right? And so I get what you're saying, that like I never painted you as anything, but as being somewhere, right? And I've dealt with this recently, when you are aware, right? And when you do feel like you are compassionate and you do try to understand people, right? And they paint you as a certain thing, you feel, or you feel that they paint you as a certain thing. You're like, I'm not that, and that bothers me in some way.
Did you feel like I did that about you, or you did that about me?
No, I'm saying, because you keep saying I painted you some way, which I didn't. Right? I didn't say much about you.
I didn't say, I thought that you.
Which I didn't. Right? I didn't say much about you.
So he feels that by not saying anything, not saying much about Andrew Schultz, that's not sending clear message.
So the way I see him going is he's gonna try to turn it around and say, well, this is how black people feel about what you said. That's kind of what I see him trying to do. But Andrew messed him up because Andrew was like, are you saying you did that to me, or I'm doing that to you? Because he kind of sees him setting it up to go that way, to be like, see, now I schooled you about racism.
Right.
And Andrew's like, hold on, like, but you did that too, though.
Right.
Then he's like, no, I didn't do that. That's nope. So I think it's like, that's why I was like, it feels like a chess game because he's trying, he's like, check, and then it's like, check, everybody's trying to. So it's like, I'm not gonna let you put me in a position, right? Like he's like, I'm not gonna let you put me in a position where you get to say,
Yeah, accountability is at the line of scrimmage, and Ryan is in full back pedal, cover like deep zone. He is running so far back.
He's trying to check Andrew, and Andrew's like, no, I don't need to be checked, so I'm not gonna let you put me in a position to be checked, which is what's happening right now. Is like he feels him trying to back him into a corner. I'm gonna teach you what empathy is right now. See how you feel? That's how black women feel. Like, I feel like Andrew could feel it coming, so he's like,
but because he's doing the same thing. Like, you assume I don't know this stuff. Like, you still treat me like I'm ignorant.
You trying to talk down to me? You trying to stun me right now?
Right. And I saying, well, I didn't talk much about you at all. Well, like, why talk about?
So why am I here?
If you're going to go into a heavy, loaded soliloquy about the experience of black women, why lead with me? There's a reason you did that, and let's not pretend there wasn't.
And I'm here.
He just stared off in the rain.
He activated. That's it, easy. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Good.
Sir.
Man, fuck this nigga, man. Me and him would have had to like square up. I'm already at the point to where I'd have just had to steal on this nigga. Or we'd have been in a yelling match right now or something. Cause you ain't even we not even talking for real. We're not even talking.
That's some people limit. Telling somebody you in a conversation with that you don't care about them is a lot of people's respect limit. I can't continue this conversation with you anymore.
You gonna say Andrew's smart that you don't care.
Yeah, but Andrew's here for. I mean, he came here for a reason, and it wasn't to make friends. Yeah, he came to play chess, so he's like, okay.
Yeah.
He liked the challenge. Yeah, he liked the challenge. He's like, I'm gonna come to your own place and see.
And I think he might have known it before, but he's definitely at this. He's realized that Ryan is not as smart as he puts on.
Yeah, he just realized. That's why he said back, like, "Oh, you stupid." Okay.
He's definitely trying this with the right motherfucker too.
Yeah.
He definitely.
But if Andrew's line was like, I think the line is the same, but it's like if Andrew was the type to respond like explosively or lash out, I think he would leave at this point if he didn't want to do that. Like he probably would just got up and left. Like, conversation's over. But I think Andrew is probably like, he's probably more like me or Rashawn type, where we like, oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, I want to get more. I want to get more.
Let's lean in.
Yeah. I want all of this. I want all of this on video. I want all of this on video.
But it's all the same
response. Textbook later.
Right. It's all the same response of you disrespected me, but like how you choose to engage after that point is going to depend on the person. And Andrew's the type that he likes the challenge.
Yeah. Because my thing later on, when I got back to my podcast, when I ran back this beautiful bean footage, will be like, we're 14 minutes into this conversation about my joke, and we still haven't talked about my joke. And even when he talks about him talking about my joke, he says, I barely talked about you. I don't know your experience. I talked about black women. So he has no idea what he's even talking about. This has nothing to do with me or my joke. He's using me for clout. I'm on his platform, but we're still not talking about my joke.
He want to sign me.
Yeah. He ain't about to school me about black history.
You know how my podcast goes if I'm running this back?
Oh, you crash out? Go ahead.
Yeah, so at like the 13:45 mark is when I hit Ryan Clark in the face with the end table. Yeah, Fred and Chandler, they jumped on my ass, and that was cool too. But I fucked that nigga Ryan up, boy. I put that end table right across his motherfucking jaw.
Was it after
Cause
I Don't
y'all
Care
like,
About You?
cause see, y'all think, cause see, like, yeah, it was up to that. Cause see, y'all see this as like a verbal challenge, but I also see this as he's challenging his manhood.
Oh no, he
Gotcha.
trying him for sure. This isn't like
Right.
fun and
And
games.
I
He
don't,
trying
yeah,
him.
and I
Yeah,
don't
how
like the
people
fact that
respond to
you,
being
yeah, I
tried is
don't
gonna
like that
depend on
shit.
the person. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
Because
like
even
that.
as a woman,
I
I
don't
would
like
feel
that.
tried though, like because
Yeah.
you insulting
Yeah.
my intelligence, and I feel like that's
Yeah.
what Andrew's taking.
He's
Like
playing the faces.
you're insulting my intelligence. You're insulting like
Because
who
as
I
a
am.
man,
Yeah.
because as a man,
As a man,
As a man,
masculine frame, traditional. That mean you finna swing. We already
yeah,
know.
yeah,
If you say
yeah,
as a man, I know you swinging.
yeah,
If you say as
Yeah.
a man, I know your response to this will be swinging.
yeah. Hey,
But
bro, you
Andrew's
got
more
one more
offended.
motherfucking time.
Yeah, Andrew's more offended that he's insulting his intelligence because he
yeah.
like that's
Because he's a
what
smart
he
dude.
yeah, that's what he takes pride in. Like he's an intelligent comic, like he's in so like that's his pride. So like I think that's more offensive to him. I think if he tried to attack his manhood, I don't think Andrew would care. Like he'd be like whatever. He'd be
And I
like,
think he's realizing, like, I think he thought he was getting played with for clout, and now he's realizing he was getting played with because this guy's stupid. Like it's a distinction. Like, oh, it wasn't just for clout. You're actually an idiot. Like you really can't think past this point.
You playing with me because my last name got an SCH in it.
Yeah, because it's not even high level. Like because he's not even giving like pristine, high level, high quality manipulation. This is like
he can't. He triggered.
Yeah,
he activated.
Kerosene.
Yeah, he can't. He can't. He ain't gonna be able to mentally outmaneuver anybody in the activated state. Nobody can think clearly in the activated state. I don't care who you are. That's why it's best to know when you are, so you will not go into stuff and look stupid. Like
now that God is Yellow, this looks so much more tempting. I can just see Yellow putting his foot right where that patch is, kicking his chair over.
Yeah. But I think it's important to know like what people hold in high regard and like what frame they come from, because I do think a lot of men who feel like this is trying your manhood will lash out and fight you.
Yeah.
Like I think that's a normal response. If they feel, it depends on what the person feels is being challenged here. It's gonna also determine how they feel like they need to respond, how they feel like they need to meet that energy. So
God is my foot, your ass facts.
Right. Real. Like I don't like it, man.
I would just probably evil laugh because I'd be like, wow, imagine inviting me all the way here to your podcast because you don't care about me. That's so crazy.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
I would just be facetious. Like I would just completely go into asshole mode. Like
I mean, because it's retarded. There's a problem. There's like
ridiculous.
There's
You're
a
so obsessed with me. Oh my God.
All right.
Now I'm gonna just try you. I'm gonna just try you back. We'll see what Andrew.
I didn't say.
Yeah, he keeps it cheap.
I thought that your juxtaposition, meaning the fact that you're like, let me explain what the black woman experience is for me, made me feel it's just a feeling, like made me feel as if you thought that I didn't already know that.
Have you dated black women before?
Sure.
Here we go.
And in your dating black women, did black women beat you?
No, Ryan. I think you're missing the point here. Like, do you think that's what I think of black women? Maybe we should start there.
Yeah, let's go back.
Okay, so then here's the thing.
So why would that come up?
Insinuating it.
He said no. He said no.
He said no.
Man, fuck this nigga, bro. Fuck this nigga, man.
Andrew's laughing like,
nigga.
okay.
I swear
Now
to
I'm just
God.
gonna play with
I
you.
swear to
Now
God.
I'm just gonna play with you. Now I'm just gonna play with you.
Because he got it.
Nigga, man.
So you just did it. You just did the thing.
Who's
You just
out?
inferred. Did she beat you? Do you think that's what I think of it? No. He's a low quality liar, man. It's terrible, man.
I hate when Trump they be lying. They ain't gonna let you catch them. They ain't gonna agree with you on nothing. You can say he can ask him at the sky blue right now. He gonna be like, it's really aquamarine.
Well, you know, color's a trick of the eye.
And because of white supremacy, who's to say it's blue? That man wouldn't agree with him about nothing right now.
All light is white, but only the blue gets
It's
refracted.
really white. So is everything but blue. That man would not agree with this man about nothing right now. I promise you.
Oh shoot, that was beautiful though, man. Hold up.
And in your dating black women, did black women beat you?
No, Ryan, I think you're missing the point here. Like, do you think that's what I think of black women? Maybe we should start there.
No.
Okay, so then
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So, well, that's
what you
different
think
than
of
no.
black
You
women,
just said
right?
no.
Right.
I don't
Yeah.
know because I don't know
Okay,
you.
now say
What
I
I
don't
do know is
Right.
in that moment, in this small clip I saw of Andrew Schultz,
Yeah.
this is what he said. Now let me
Yes.
tell you what I didn't say,
Yes,
right?
yes.
I didn't say Andrew Schultz
what you wanna
thinks
say.
that all black women are angry. I didn't.
Nah, I'm
So these are the things he inferred. Because for him to come up with the list of things he didn't say, he knows the things he inferred. Because there's a million.
This is what he wanted to say.
There's an unquantifiable number of things that you didn't say.
Right.
So for you to pick anything out that you didn't say, if they're not completely absurd, like pterodactyl clubfoot.
Yeah, this is what you really wanted to say, but you wanted to seem
inferred.
like you were peaceful and you were just being like, I think peace. So you didn't want to say it directly because you're passive aggressive. But now that you feel like, you know, we're at this point in the conversation, you're going to finally tell me directly what you really want to say. So
here's the snitch.
Okay, here we are.
Snitch.
All right, let me hear it now.
I didn't say Andrew Schultz thinks that all black women are angry. I didn't say Andrew Schultz thinks that black women are abusive. I didn't say that Andrew Schultz is a racist.
You didn't say racist, but well, I don't want to.
I never said that, right? And in my conversation, I spoke about the two men that were sitting with you, right? And here's what happens when you deal in the life that I deal in.
Yeah.
Right? When I say something about unarmed black people getting killed, what do I get? Well, what about black crime in Chicago?
It's a red herring.
Right. It's a red herring.
Like him. And Andrew's so smart.
Yeah.
Because he's actually talking about Ryan right now. Because
That's what
Ryan
you're
just
doing.
introduced a red herring of the.
No, drink some water. Did you drink a whole thing of water today?
Like
No.
that is just so beautiful.
Drink another cup. You can have juice with your dinner.
Real time calling out the manipulation tricks that he used.
Well, what about black crime in Chicago?
It's a red herring.
Right. It's a red herring.
Used to distract and like kind of cut the legs out from your point. It's got to be very frustrating. And you were
but my point about that was right when these guys are sitting with you, and that
it's got to be very frustrating. Like Andrew is smart because he sees it happening, like he's doing it.
Yeah, he's like you're doing it right now, right? Which most trigger people do. They do the thing they say they hate when other people do it.
And another trick of a manipulator, he just dominating the conversation, not even letting you.
Right, because he's in a whole different type of world.
He's spinning.
Than Andrew Schultz. Like you listen to him because in the world I deal in and all that.
He's trying to get his power position back. And that's why I was like, it's like he's just this is the triggered windmill.
Yeah.
This is why I don't really engage with people once I know they activated and triggered. Because you get the same thing. Like this it's like they got a few moves in their arsenal. Like
but the way they move and their lifestyle, like it gets confusing to tell who's a grown adult woman
grown adult
and man, unless they say
I'm grown
as a man or as a grown adult.
That's why I was like, man, I ain't never gonna ask nobody if they okay. I can look at that man when he came in the room and saw he was activated. Oh, he activated. I ain't even said nothing. I just walked in the room. He already activated. I can see it in his eyes.
Yeah, buddy.
It wouldn't even had to get this far for me to know it was gonna get here because he's activated. Like the logic is not about to be logicking at all. Like we can pretend, like we could try to have a conversation, but I know it's gonna disintegrate because he's too activated to have this conversation.
Yeah. And if Yella kept getting over talk like this, he would have been like, even if the dude hadn't said, like, I don't care about you. If every time Yella got ready to speak, when he's there to speak about the issue that they had a disagreement about, I could already see Yella.
Yeah, this conversation.
Yeah.
And you tell me you don't care about me? Yo, why the fuck am I here, bro?
Yeah, he probably actually would have just said that. So you don't care about me. So why the fuck am I here, bro? He probably let him answer. See if he gonna tell the truth. If he
Yeah.
try to lie and gaslight again, he bugging out.
Stealing on that nigga. I'm
Yeah,
stealing on him.
I was like, he goes sweet. I was like,
Stealing on
so you don't care. So why am I here? Gaslight.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, you terrible.
To people, not you, to people who may see that and may see them sitting there, they'll go, well, Andrew Schultz made this joke about black women, and there were 2 black men sitting across from him.
So why
and
them
in no
niggas
way
ain't here?
did they refute it. This must be true.
So
I can
why
go
they
behave
ain't
like
here?
he behaved.
So why they ain't here? Why they ain't here all this
He done
fucking
took this.
I swear to God. I
He on
swear
this
to
Captain
God.
America
I hope
mission.
somebody beat this nigga ass, man.
I agree.
It's
So yeah,
only
he
like
came into this deciding he had to do what the other 2 men who got hung didn't do. That's it.
And instead of reaching out to them and correcting them,
Yeah, you want to be like, I'm gonna be that nigga.
right?
Shout out to Val Kilmer, RIP. I be your Huckleberry.
Mm-hmm.
I be your Huckleberry.
He trying to make up for what them other men didn't do, so that the world knows they can't say crazy stuff about black women without being checked.
Yeah.
But then when Andrew was like, "Are you checking me?" He's like, "Oh, I'm not checking you. Feels like you're checking me. You checking me?"
The internet streets will be safe with Ryan Clark on the job.
Man. Black man.
From him, and in no way did they refute it. This must be true. I can go behave like he behaves.
Got you. So that's the concern, that you think that somebody would see that joke and then feel like it's okay to do that.
Yes.
Got it. So you felt you need to address it to thwart that so you could protect black women from experiencing that in the future.
Andrew too, man. It's like, as
From
you know, we
experiencing
talked about
jokes?
it, because I said, bro, I didn't even think it was.
He ain't answer.
Experience jokes? Oh, he made a joke about black
From
women. I
being
guess I could do
told
it
that
too.
they
Yes, you
violent,
can.
from being
Yes, you
told that they're
can.
violent.
Man.
What are they being protected from? Being told that they beat their partner?
And they do.
Man.
Say that they do. What the fuck? So did he actually stay there longer? So I'm assuming they moved past it and ended up having
Yeah,
a
they moved past it right behind. Just give me a second. I don't.
Yeah,
I think we're almost to the end.
I'm about to say, I know they ain't sit there. Yeah.
Nah. We're to the end of the part where they really get into it.
Okay, I was gonna be real
It's part
concerned.
of any healing process, right? You put peroxide on a wound to clean it out in hopes that it heals.
Yeah.
In the same way, whatever
Shoot, I
black
be looking
women
like
may
that.
have
I
heard
know.
that, who
But I felt
may
this
have been
side.
affected by it, who may have felt cut down, who may have wished that
This when he
those
on that
two
rant,
black men.
it's like
Yeah,
30
it's
minutes,
like when
45
old
minutes.
people,
was
you
a
be like,
joke
just
or
let them
not,
get it out, bro.
right? Whoever had
Pause
that
it.
wound,
That
just-
look, you just like, oh yeah, he got a story as hell, bro.
Yeah.
Just let him. It's like when boomers be telling you stuff. It's like old church people, and you like, you know they finna go into the speech. You just like, bro, I just gotta just get it out, bro.
Get it out, bro.
He glazed over.
almost
He
done.
ain't listening.
Yeah. Because he know there's no conversation to be had.
This is trauma.
He caught him. Yeah.
Right.
He caught him. But he found the narrative. He sought for the narrative and he found it. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
you're trying to check me so that other people don't think they can get away with saying stuff about black women. So once he got that, I think Andrew was satisfied at that point. So
Let
it
the old
dies
man
down.
have his moment. Yeah, he like let the old
Yeah.
man feel like he did something, bro.
Yeah. I'm gonna find another part in a minute. I want to see how this fizzles out real
maybe
quick.
they hear me, and for once they was like, man, at least that dude stood up for us.
And then,
At least somebody who had that experience stood up for
yeah,
us.
that must have felt good for some people.
I didn't care to paint
Right.
you in any way, which is why I
Good
didn't
boy.
continue talking about you.
It doesn't really matter what your intention was. It matters how you make someone feel. That's what
You're telling me
the whole issue is with the joke. Like if
Right.
you said, I didn't care to do this, I don't care about you. None of that matters. It didn't matter that I didn't care to hurt black women. I just wanted to make a joke. It hurt them. So it doesn't matter whether you cared to do something or not. What matters is you
Not
did
the
something
intent,
and
it's the
it had
impact.
that effect. So ironically, the thing that you're describing to me is the same position you put yourself in. So
You don't
what
get
I'm
it.
trying to tell you is
Nope.
people are going to react however they react, and they feel however they feel, and that's okay. Like as a comedian, I accept that. I hope that people maybe learn more about me and they see that like I don't have bad intentions for people, and I make fun of everybody, because if I don't make fun of one group, then it becomes uncomfortable. Then it starts to become racist or sexist or whatever, you know? I hope that they learn that. But I understand as I get there, we're going to have these little things that we stumble across. And like, unfortunately, people's feelings are going to be hurt. And it sucks. And if like anybody came up to me like, hey, that thing that you said, you know, I didn't know you were joking. It didn't feel like you were joking. It really hurt my feelings. I'd be like, dude, I'm sorry. I don't want to hurt your feelings again. But if then they said to me, hey, don't you ever make jokes about that again, I go,
what you're doing.
I can't let you control what I make jokes about. I can hope
You
and
can just
aspire
not
to make
watch
them
me.
so that everybody laughs. But I don't think it's fair to like limit what we can joke about. I think one thing we often say is like, you can only joke about the experiences you've had. But I don't know if that's true because like we were laughing at Handyman when we were younger, right? He wasn't retarded. None of us are retarded, but we laugh at
Ryan
these
might
things
be.
all the time. So you can't tell me White Chicks isn't a funny ass movie.
It's hilarious.
They're not white women. Why are they allowed to make that joke? Because it's funny. We know it's well-intentioned. They're not trying to like hurt people's feelings. There might be some white women. They're like Karens. They watch that movie and be like, how the f could you do that? That really hurt me. They're allowed to feel that way. We might disagree, but I'm not going to remove their agency as comedians to be able to like do these things. So naturally, sometimes people's feelings get hurt. And that's based on the experience they had. You have daughters, you have this wife that you love. You know, we have these situations in our life that we like really want. We have sensitivities to certain things. You know what I mean? Like my dad has dementia. When I hear jokes about that, I probably think about my dad, and it's probably maybe a little less funny to me than somebody who doesn't have any connection to it. And there might be moments where it's like way funnier. You know, there's all these different things. So what I don't want to do is start going like, you have to have lived that exact experience in order to talk on it. Because I don't think that's fair. I don't think it's good for comedy.
Yeah, I don't think it's good for comedy. I mean, it's not good in life, right? Because I haven't actually lived the black woman experience, right?
That's a good point.
You know,
too.
and so I wasn't trying to tell you that in any way. I think the thing that's true about what you
I was
said
wondering
is
if they
when you
moved
talk
into
about
it. There's
intent
something
impact. I talk to
confrontational
my
in
kids
here.
about it all the time.
Okay, they got into the intent impact. Go ahead and chop it up quick. I'm gonna look for this other part real quick that I
Okay,
wasn't
I got
actually
it. There you go.
intending to react to, but I thought it was interesting.
Yeah. That's what that's why I say every time I hear somebody say, I don't like when people do this and this trigger me, I be like, that mean you be doing it all the time. Every
All the
time. I hate liars, that mean you be lying. Like whatever people be triggered about, they be doing it. And that's just how it goes. That's how you get to know yourself.
You got this good, kind white man on your platform accusing him of being a racist. That is fucking retarded. That is, like you said, that's stupid. You said you called this man over here to shake your finger at him about some shit that he. And they be like, well, you know, it's not about taking away from this. It's about dude just. I think it's I've argued with enough black women like that. That might be triggering me.
What part's triggering you?
That he argue like most black women I know.
He argue like trigger people.
Yeah.
Most trigger people
like,
do shit like this, or they be.
It's like for some reason, it's like for some reason
the tactics.
I done seen niggas do this on TikTok panels.
It's this guy. But
I just want to keep like. I mean, I get it because a lot of men are raised under women, so maybe a lot of their conflict tactics are. But what I'm saying is, like, I've seen enough men do it where I think it's just a trigger people thing.
You know he can't get punched in the mouth, man. Because he know he can get punched in the mouth. I mean, no, he's not gonna get punched in the mouth. It's Andrew Schultz. He got Chan and Freddie T right there, plus the whole crew sitting right there. He know he's not gonna get punched.
And it's not worth potentially going to jail over.
It is though.
I mean, to you, I'm just saying. For Andrew, he's probably like, I got too much shit on the line.
Yeah,
it's not worth going to jail for punching Ryan Clark in the mouth because he said some shit I didn't like.
Because you called me over here to your shit.
Because I really don't care about this. Like, he probably really doesn't actually care too much about what Ryan Clark. He got invited over here, so I mean, like, I just could.
Give me
That's
2
why I be
minutes.
like saying like I don't fight. Like there's just no way if I was in the same position, I'm not finna lose my freedom or any of my free time over this nigga Ryan Clark.
Man, Yana,
But
this
for
nigga
Ryan Clark to say that,
podcast.
but for him to say that when he invited him all the way to his podcast to have this
That's what I'm
conversation,
saying. Yeah.
yeah, nah, like he being ridiculous. But if I was Andrew Schultz, like I'm not losing my freedom over this.
Yeah.
This guy's a goofball. Because he said something. He said when they was doing the black wife effect, he made a joke that said the reason they grow their beards out and something that what they say is because they getting hit in the face, basically.
And he not Jewish.
Yeah, he's not Jewish. So he made a joke. And this guy, Ryan Clark, felt the need to address the joke by saying that, telling stories about his mom and his wife and how they're amazing black women. And yeah, I don't even feel like Andrew Schultz, when he went on Club Shay Shay, really said enough to even still elicit this follow-up. Like he was just like, oh, it was a bad joke. I hate having to explain jokes. It's a joke. And then Ryan Clark invited him all the way over here to have this whole conversation.
Had this. This wasn't even a conversation.
Just to say, I don't care about
he
you.
He called this grown-ass man to chastise him, talking about
right,
you
basically, like, I don't want people to feel like they can get away with making jokes like that about black women. So I invited you all the way here to wag my finger at you, like Yella said. Shame.
I'm gonna wag my finger at you too. All 5 of them, right against your fucking jaw.
Yep.
Poke your ass in the eye.
Basically what happened. Yeah, he got on Club Shay Shay. Do you think Club Shay Shay invited him just because of that? With the whole, what was the 2 guys?
I don't know because I'm not.
I mean, Schultz popular though. Like
no,
Schultz
he is because I know
popular.
he got a show with Charlemagne and stuff like that. He got.
And he
but
do
I was
a
just
lot of
wondering if
comedians,
that
too.
controversy made him popular.
That was
only because it's so
long ago.
late. Only because it's so late. I think it might be more to the special that Ryan Clark alluded to.
Oh, okay.
Where he said,
special. Okay.
you would talked about your wife and the pregnancy.
Okay.
So I think that came out within the last few weeks or last month.
Okay.
So I think that's his little press tour.
Got it. Yeah, Ryan Clark. Yeah, he activated. They put out the bat signal.
Okay, so Life came out on Netflix.
Yeah, I was looking. He had a special called Life. Okay. He don't never really pop up on my algorithm like that. I really haven't even said. I saw him when we talked about that thing, and then I saw him on Club Shay Shay recently, and I didn't. It came out in March. Okay. So yeah, he doing a press tour. That's probably why he was willing to go on Club Shay Shay.
Yeah. And that little piece.
And then that came up. Of course, because of course Shannon Sharp gonna ask.
You know. But I want to hear what y'all think about this part right here. I wasn't even gonna react to this part, but since we kind of got into the weeds on that one, I want to hear what y'all think.
We good? Do you feel like you always have to respond to those things?
No. I almost never respond. I probably should address certain things more because sometimes people can I'm not saying you guys do this, but I'm sure you guys experience people just make shit up. They'll just say, I can't imagine what they're doing with you guys about. They're like, oh, but this person doesn't like this, all this other nonsense, and you guys are in the group chat just going, where do these people get this shit? And it's like, well, it makes money. They make videos and then they get paid off the videos. That's so usually I don't maybe I should address trends better. Charlemagne is the best at it. Charlemagne is just he can address something without even acknowledging the person that he's addressing. So they get no clout. They get no response, but the trend, the thing that's out there in the world gets the response from him. But he's also just the best to ever do it at talking into a microphone. So that's I think the most sophisticated way of going about it. I gotta probably get better at that. But my initial reaction is going, I'll tell you what you wanna know what my initial reaction is, which I think is kind of unfair, but my initial reaction was when I saw you guys talking about it, and I was like, okay, he wants to protect black women, and this is very important. And then I looked on every one of the episodes that you had to see if there was any guys on here that beat up black women. And there were. And I looked to see if you guys addressed it on the pod. And you didn't.
Okay.
Now, I also saw you guys had the episode with DeAndre's
Petty.
mom talking about domestic violence. So I was
Right,
like,
he
okay,
bring
this is
this
good, this
in
is powerful, this is important.
50 minutes in. He could brought that shit up early. He like, yeah, I let
He's
you have
holding.
it back then. Well, because
He's
he
holding.
wanted to get him unactivated. Like, I'm not gonna
Mhm.
bring that up when you activate it, because you just gonna start
Yeah.
windmilling for real.
Mhm.
Let me let you calm down. Oh yeah. By the way,
Yeah. Just so you know, I'm sitting on a pocket aces.
ow. Oh well, that's interesting.
Yeah. So I want
Yella,
the
how you
response.
think
Yeah, go ahead.
Ryan Clark gonna respond?
Oh yeah.
He gonna
We've been
he
guessing
gonna
the
deflect.
response.
He gonna deflect like a motherfucker.
Deflect move. Ooh, I don't know how he's gonna. I didn't get to see his face as he was asking that. They just
See,
stayed
you
on
don't
him the whole
understand,
time.
Andrew, because you just don't understand, Andrew.
I don't know if we're gonna get a menacing chuckle and then like a tense look, or if he's gonna be like, "Yeah, you're right." I don't know. I really don't know, because I didn't get to see his face in this moment. Like, I don't know what kind of energy he in.
Is
So
there
I don't know.
is there anything that you've seen so far that would make you think he would say, "Yeah, you're right"?
No, not when it comes to Andrew, not engaging with Andrew Schultz. Like, he may do it out. He got a Wahite man sitting on in here. He can't. He got the posture to be Captain Connecticut. I mean, Captain Culture, Captain Compton, whatever he is today. He's posturing, so he cannot take that cape off, and he got to keep that shield up. So, nah.
Important. But my knee-jerk reaction was, man, I get a whole section that's not even part of an episode. And these guys who we know have actually, like, for like a joke, and these guys who have actually like hurt black women and convicted, not allegations, because I don't go off of allegations, I go off of conviction. Everybody can get an allegation, it means nothing. And then these guys, they don't get anything. So in that moment, I was like, this feels like a clout play. It doesn't feel like the highest priority is protecting these women. So that was my initial reaction.
So I'm gonna say this.
Yeah.
We have had people on this show that have been convicted for domestic violence that have pulled it out of the show.
That have pulled it out of the show.
That I have asked about it.
Oh, and then
that
they're
have-
like, I don't want it on the show.
Yeah, and I do, because people come on our show voluntarily. Of
course.
I do ask those questions in respectful ways. Right? I'm not, hey man, you're a woman beater, but I will say, like, in one of the instances that was pulled, I said, look, you were convicted of something that no man wants attached to his name.
Amen.
And they answered it. We talked to their people. I was like, man, the answer was good, like, and they pulled it out of the show. So we've had that happen. We also
But
had
why
an
even
instance
invite
with
them
one
on?
of our guests who was talking.
But why even invite them on though? If your mission is to like not let people who hurt black women think they can get away with it, why would you invite someone who's convicted of hurting black women on your show?
And allow them to pull it out the show.
Right, and allow them to pull it out the show if it's so
Right,
important for you to be seen publicly holding them accountable. Why would you pull it out the show?
Don't make no sense.
Talking about sexual assault, and he talked about it in a way that almost said that, okay, how do we blame the women? And I addressed that as well.
Yeah.
So as far as for me, I try to address it in every opportunity
Right.
that I get a chance to with them.
Yeah.
I try to ask them questions in ways that they get to tell their side of the story.
Yeah.
When they sit with us, I do not bash them over the head with it, condemn them, or judge them in the moment.
Yeah.
I do try to have a conversation about it.
We're all like hypocrites. Like nobody's perfect. Do you know what I mean? Like I've had people on the pod, like I've had a president on the podcast. Like,
yeah, he let him off the hook, but I thought it was
Yeah. He did
That was
let
one
him
of
off
what
the
y'all
hook.
think
Because
about
boy,
that
you
part.
lying. Why you inviting him over here anyway? I'm gonna let them tell their side. They convicted already. They were found by a jury of their peers to be guilty. When you get to be the authority on if they get to slide or not.
Oh, yeah, there's one more piece. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Almost forgot.
Why you get to be the authority on if they slide or not? Or if the black community can let them in that? Who is this guy? Who is this guy?
This
Why
one's only
is
30
he-
seconds.
Why he feel like he that guy?
I don't know. Like you said, like Marcus called it, and he even said it in the
Yeah.
broadcast after George Floyd just took on a new role. But I think a lot of people.
I mean,
took that on. I
yeah,
think after George Floyd, like, I think a lot of people bought in on that. Like, I gotta be.
Yeah, you're not the gatekeeper of who can be in the. I mean, your principle got to apply across the board. You can't be sitting here really acting like that's what it's about. Let's go ahead and say it. Well, you're white and they're black, so that's why. Because
Right.
that would have been the least authentic answer.
That's why we say stupid shit like black people can't be racist.
Right, because this is purely because of his race.
Mm-hmm. All right. So 30 seconds. There's going to be a reference in here. I want y'all to tell me what y'all think about this inference in here.
It's not up.
Oh, my bad. Like you said that. Boom. Bam.
That's
because
yeah,
I think
great question.
earlier today I heard Chelsea Handler speak about her experiences with white men.
Yeah.
She can't keep or get a white man because they feel she's too much like them. She's more of a man, like more masculinity or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's what she said. She was like, I'm too tough for white men.
So what is she needs? What, a gay guy?
Nah, she ain't say that. But she says black
I'm
men
sorry. Can you
handle
go
her.
back? King was asking me
Yeah, I
something
think she's kind of.
as soon as it started. Okay.
Gotcha.
Chelsea Handler speak about her experiences with white men.
Yeah.
She can't keep or get a white man because they feel she's too much like them. She's more of a man, like more masculinity or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's what she said. She was like, I'm too tough for white men.
So what is she needs? What, a gay guy? Like what?
Nah, she ain't say that. But she says black men can handle her.
Yeah, I think she's kind of sneak calling y'all gay a little bit.
I don't think so.
I mean,
it's tough
that's a little
because
crazy.
it goes back to black men being able to handle the black women.
There's
who
an assumption.
A lot of times are considered tough.
I think there's
They
an
don't take no
assumption of
shit.
masculinity with black men that there's maybe not with white men. As I sit here with my legs crossed and my pants almost at my knees.
So what do y'all think about that inference? About Chelsea Handler, the white comedian lady.
Now she was like, she was perpetuating that black men are more aggressive, and then they don't seem to see that. But all right, but you can see it when Andrew Schultz said black women inferred black women were violent and aggressive. You could see it, but when Chelsea Handler did the same thing, you didn't see it.
Okay. But
no, I was gonna say I took it as her saying the same thing that they inferred. Like you said, they inferred Andrew was saying. She's saying that black women are aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
And black men used to it.
Yep.
We can handle it better. And we so goofy, like, yeah, because we can handle black women. No, nigga, we just be okay with getting abused by them.
That's why we got our beards and the airlines.
We just be okay
the
with
joke was
shit.
right. The joke was right.
Who brought up Chelsea Handler? The other guy? Andrew didn't bring it up, did I? Okay.
No, they started talking about dating. Who okay. They date. I
just couldn't remember
how to lead in, but I didn't do the lead in.
Nah, I think he brought up the Chelsea Handler thing, the black guy. I was
Fred Taylor brought in. Yeah, he brought in Chelsea Handler, but it started talking about dating white men or something about dating.
Yeah, masculinity, aggressive masculinity.
Nah, y'all definitely got what Chelsea was trying to say, but I thought it was interesting that the inference. But a lot of times that happens from like the gender conversations. The automatic assumption is, well, if she's masculine, then that means the man must be feminine.
Mm-hmm.
that juxtaposition everybody likes putting on in the gender space.
Yeah, that she can dominate them. That's like Andrew thing,
Yeah.
like because if it's like complimentary and she's saying it, y'all are more easily dominated.
Yeah, and she's just talking about more equally yoked. Like, well, yeah, you can handle it, which is what black women be saying about black men.
Well, black women say they can't handle.
Well, I want a man that can handle me.
I need somebody who can handle me.
Yeah, they can, and she ain't found them yet. You know what I mean?
Chelsea Handler, saying the same stuff. Handler looking
well,
for
she's
handler
saying they
too.
can handle her, right? Because she probably ain't as aggressive as the black woman.
That's she think.
That's
Yeah,
what
yeah.
she's saying.
Yeah,
but that's what I think she's saying. Black women are aggressive, so her level of aggression ain't nothing for them.
It's tolerable.
Light work.
Yeah,
yeah light work.
Yeah,
it's tolerable.
But that goes back to the threat scale. The threat scale. White women are below. Then there's white men and black women on the equal plane. So yeah, black men are used to dealing with threats.
Yep. She said the same thing. They ain't get all. He gonna bring Chelsea Handler on there.
Nope.
Had a conversation with her.
Somebody gonna mess my freak.
Right, because she's saying she date black men. That's why. So
Yeah,
she ain't at all. So she's saying she date black men. So she's not saying the same thing. Goofballs.
Yeah.
That was nice of him to even waste his time coming on there because it was stupid.
Yeah, it was.
He just wanted to tell a white man off. That's it. Hope he feel good. I hope he slept better that night knowing he told a white man off.
I think he did. You know what I'm saying? He felt a lot of relief getting it off his chest. I know Yella doesn't feel good. Yella just wants to fight. He wants to punch Ryan Clark.
He activated now.
Yella just wants to punch Ryan Clark.
Cause all the mental gymnastics. You brought him on your show. Just say what you want to say.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
man.
Ryan been a coward though. He's passive aggressive. He'll say stuff, but he'll say he picks targets that he know can't come back at him. Like he knows how to move and maneuver. He's weaselly.
Man, that's how people be. I've been on TikTok panels too much. I already know. This is what everybody do. He normal too. He normal too.
He ain't the same normal as Buford, but Diamond Dog. You tell me, Diamond Dog.
No, they a different type, but these the men who, the stoic men who, they are men are logical, women are emotional.
Yeah. I think Ryan Clark is trying to be the alpha protector.
Yeah, he leaning into that thing. So he's a traditional man who, we know traditional men they're not emotional. So all that what he would call what we just witnessed is probably something else than what it was.
Oh yeah. He had excuses for days to the end.
Right.
He was just being passionate.
Yeah, he was passionate. Because I'm really passionate about protecting black women. Yeah, I'm passionate about protecting black women. So yeah. Woo! This is great. What a day. Amazing. We should watch this on April Fool's Day.
Man, no. I didn't have it ready, but I was like, I didn't want to do a real stream on April Fool's Day.
Right. Okay.
I'm legit ready to fight. I feel like I've been gaslit.
You have been, man. You have been. But
you said you ready to fight?
Stuff, but it's been what, 4 hours almost? Yeah, it's been almost 4 hours. I ain't going to drag y'all through nothing else.
Dinner time. No, it was fun.
Yeah, I enjoyed that. But when I saw it, man, I was like, I don't know if anybody else is going to see the psychology in the first 15 minutes.
Nah, yeah, that was just a good old game of chess.
Yeah, because I ain't heard nobody talking about that. And I was like, I think a lot of that's going to get swept under the rug. But I'm like, nah, some of this stuff is
Yeah, most people going to listen to it and be like, who's right? But it's so much. It's just, that was a chess match. And I would say Ryan lost. If he didn't lose, it's just because Andrew yielded.
Yeah.
He yielded. Like if he really wanted to like come in to win, he had more ammo. He could have forced. But I think he just was like, okay, I just want to understand you.
I think for the average black person, they'll think Ryan won the exchange simply because he kept talking. We have that thing with the person who's loud and the person who just keeps talking is
and
like
he didn't
the
laugh.
winner.
He didn't let out any hearty laughs.
Yeah, so it's like that just.
So he won.
None of his stances held up. He moved. He changed stances like 5-10 times on what the actual problem was, and wouldn't allow himself to get held down on a principle of moral value other than protecting black women. But it wasn't really a valid critique.
Nope.
So I wish they had actually discussed the joke at any of the time. They never actually discussed the joke. It was just, black women are offended. And I can't let that slide.
Yeah, he did a couple, like, he was trying him. But, I'm more like Andrew. Nigga, I'm not gonna fight you.
Yeah.
I got shit to do.
Yeah, I get it, though. If I have money.
Right. It was like, I mean, the two people we're talking about, like literally the two people were like, I'm not finna hit. Like, what?
Parlay him into a celebrity boxing match or something.
All right, you trying me. I'm not, I don't have no reason to.
Me having some money gonna make me slap the shit out of this nigga. Broke me.
Because you can pay the fines.
I probably would. Yeah, I can pay the lawyers and shit. Yeah, facts.
Yeah,
broke
you got
me.
brand deals and shit. I mean, it's not about just getting out of jail. Like,
that's your temperament.
There is more to it than that. I think if it was simply just, I gotta get locked up and get out. I mean, that's probably not enough reason to not do it. If it's just that.
Would you give him a real hit, or would you give him to Will Smith to try to mitigate fallout?
He don't deserve them. He don't deserve them beyond.
I'm getting off one good hit, so I'm gonna slap the shit out of him. Well, I punch him either way. Okay. However that hand comes across.
Yeah. If this was just about getting
the move strikes. However the move strikes.
If this was just about slapping somebody or punching somebody, going in the county and paying to get out, I don't think that would stop most people.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not enough reason to not do it, is what I'm saying. Yeah. But
the back end too. Like I can afford. Yeah, I can afford.
But I mean, you're gonna lose brand deals and shit.
Mm-hmm. I mean, not necessarily.
Yeah.
Not necessarily.
But I'm saying you will lose some. You may not lose some, but you definitely gonna lose some. Like depending on how big it becomes. But that's something you can't know. And that's what I'm saying. It's like it's a risk. As I was like, it could go well, it could go terribly in your career. Like, but when you're talking about, I have to assess, is this risk worth it? You're just assessing, could you make it over the worst case scenario? You're not thinking like, oh, best case scenario, nothing happens, duh. But like, risk assessment is like, can I make it over the worst case scenario? Like, in the worst case scenario, and this could be pretty bad. Yeah, so I just wouldn't do it. You got to send you got podcasts with the syndicated, hosts on. I don't even know who hosts their podcast. You got Netflix deals. You got brand deals. That's where you make most of your money anyway.
Oh, like, Netflix deal.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, like no, just to punch some nigga because you ain't like some shit he said. Okay.
Yeah.
Ruin your life, why don't you?
Yeah, because it's bigger than
because you feel like
he said.
Right, but you feel like he trying your masculinity, but then I also could say like it's also a failure of masculinity to potentially throw all your work away.
Well, that's why you don't have to live with it. That's exactly why you don't have to live with it. Thank God that you don't have to make that decision, because you would get bitched as a man on a regular basis.
Right, with your wife who just had a baby, like
you would get bitched as a man on a regular basis, and that would stop you from getting a lot of places. Because sometimes you niggas deserve the shit slapped out of them. And it don't necessarily have to be them swinging back, right? So you invite me over here to your place with all your people around, and you think that I'm supposed to be that type of dude that's gonna be as scared and as nervous to not want to say nothing back, even to the point to where unprovoked you tell me you don't care about me,
Yeah, but
You
I
think
didn't
I
see
care about
Andrew
you?
as like I don't see Andrew
That's
in this
Andrew.
situation as I'm just saying
That's
like, and
Andrew.
that's who I'm talking about. I'm just saying
Right.
like I don't see that he postured well in that position. I don't feel like he was emasculated by that at all. Like even though
Right.
he didn't respond in that way, I don't feel like he also just sat there and was emasculated. So that's what I'm
That's
saying. Like,
because that's because most people can see that was some bitch ass shit he pulled.
well, that's what
Yeah.
But
I'm
just
just
because,
literally talking
but
about
just
the
because you
situation
don't,
where we just
right?
watching
That's
the
what I'm
two
saying.
people we
Right.
just
That's what I'm
watched
talking
go
about.
through.
Because most people ain't finna most niggas ain't finna be like, they ain't finna look at Andrew crazy because they know that was some bitch ass shit that Ryan
Right.
pulled. Right.
And
But my
that's all I'm
thing is
talking
this.
about.
But my thing
But
is this.
everybody won't.
It's but everybody won't. Everybody's not going to sit there and be like, "Oh, okay, cool. You just want to have this mental sparring fucking match." No.
Well, no, I already acknowledged
Now in
that.
terms of the team,
I
right,
wasn't talking about
right. Now in
everybody
terms
else.
of the
I was
team,
literally just talking about Andrew. That's it.
right, right.
That's
And
all I
that's
was
why I
talking
say
about.
it's and that's why I say it's worse because he tried Andrew knowing that he wasn't gonna do that shit.
He ain't got too much to lose. But I also feel like
He
he
ain't that type
didn't.
either.
I feel like he also
also ain't that
tried
type
him,
either.
but it
He a
wasn't like
comedian.
Andrew let it go unchecked. Like I don't
He a
feel like
comedian.
I don't feel like Andrew left that situation looking any more
Yeah,
emasculated.
like Bree, like what you're looking at it from the context of Andrew Schultz and all of his identities. Yella's taking on the context of how if he were in that situation. First of all, we all know Ryan wouldn't have tried Yella the same way.
Right.
But if Yella was tried the same way, he's just saying the
he would have
identities that are placed on me, I would have had to respond differently to maintain my dignity.
He would have got a
Right.
response. Yeah, he would have got a response out of most people that wasn't a tall, skinny white dude or just a comedian.
I feel like there are other black men who would have had a similar
sure.
reaction to Andrew.
Yeah, because
I don't
I would
think
have took
it
the
would have been
Andrew
a
route. I'm
black.
not going to swing. Like, I don't feel threatened by, especially Ryan Clark. I'm not.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's all I'm saying. Like, I was really just talking about Andrew, but I do think
And
there are
that's what I'm
plenty of.
saying.
I think there are plenty of black men
not
who
being
wouldn't.
that way. But that's my point. Even with Rashawn not being as tense, even with Rashawn having a temperament of not being violent, I still don't think he'd have said that to somebody like Rashawn.
I don't think he would have tried.
Potentially, like, but even if he did,
no, it really
I don't
ain't
think.
no potentially.
But no,
that's
I'm
why
saying,
he
but
called it
even
out,
if he
because they don't.
did, Rashawn wouldn't have responded in the same way you're saying you would.
Yeah.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. 9 times out of 10, it's not going to get to that point.
Yeah, maybe he wouldn't. Yeah.
Ryan wouldn't have got to the because these beefs have not gotten to the same place with the they all. I've watched Ryan Clark enough to watch each of his beefs, and they've all evolved differently depending on who the person was, the level of power, their color, their all that stuff matters to him. He's an actual manipulator.
But also, Andrew wouldn't have kept escalating to the point where it would have come to blows.
Yeah,
because I think he's too intelligent to see it coming to be like, I'm not going to keep engaging and escalating it. I'm just going to de-escalate.
If he actually cared to that point, if he actually cared to that point, he wouldn't have went up there all triggered.
No. And like, even if he would have started to get like all hype, like it's going to come to blows, I feel like Andrew would see it coming and like be de-escalate before he even got there. Like, okay, I'll just walk it back, or I'll just chill out, or I'll change my posture to like be less like, I'm not going to lean forward. I'm not going to. Yeah, he's just going to accommodate to de-escalate the situation before it ever gets to the point of throwing blows. That's all. Like, I do think different men would, like you're saying, he is different with different men, but everybody kind of responds to what they feel in escalation like differently. Yeah. Like some people don't only think about it once it's getting to the disrespect. You know, like some people can see it getting there and like walk it back before it even gets too far. Some people will let it go all the way up to the point of disrespect and still be able to engage. Some people gonna swing on you. Some people might slap you. Like, I'm just not convinced that it's just because Andrew is a white, tall, skinny man that like he was able to like navigate it this way. I really do think it's a temperament thing. And I don't think all black men have the temperament that if he said that to them, they feel like they gotta like defend their manhood by swinging on them.
And that's what I was saying. And that's why I was using him in a particular point. Ryan only threatened him because of that. Not threatened him, but made that comment. He only made that comment because Andrew Schultz is just skinny white dude. And that's my point. He's not going to respond to that.
So he don't try black men is what you're saying. Like Ryan doesn't try black men is what you're saying.
he like Rashawn said, he had a lot of conversations with motherfucker. I ain't never heard the words, "Oh, you think I care about you? I don't care about you." That's
Okay, so you're saying, so what you're saying
yeah,
to me is he don't try black men. I
he
don't watch
don't.
his content, so I'm like
Yeah, he
asking
don't.
because I have no idea.
Yeah, he
Okay, so
don't.
this the
He,
first person he ever
not
tried
way.
on his podcast.
He'll talk about him like that, but I'm talking about the people that have like issues with him or things that he done said. Nah, he ain't never tried
Yeah,
it.
he don't be just so. Andrew's the first person we've seen him overtly try.
Right on that, you think I care about you type shit while I'm sitting here.
Well, I mean, yeah, he said it that way to him, but what you're saying is he don't try people like at that level of
He's a
disrespect
weasel.
in general.
He's
Yeah.
he's a weasel.
He's slick.
So he
He's slick.
tries
He
people,
try,
but
yeah.
he tries people on the level that is safe for him.
Right.
I say
Okay.
he tries everybody on certain degrees, but not everybody's try is to that same level of disrespect.
Right.
'Cause I would say he tried Jonathan Owens. Like he was trying Jonathan Owens in front of Simone Biles and was playing like he was playing like trolling.
Right.
But a lot of people could have taken that as trying.
But he was trying him.
No,
That's why I was like,
trying
I'm
too, but
not
it was-
convinced that he tried Andrew like this and he never tried people. I feel like he do always try people.
Yeah. He's a trier.
Not to that.
Yeah, he
not
be
to
trying
that point.
people, but maybe not
But yeah,
to
but
that point. But
that was it.
That's what I'm saying.
What you feel like try me versus what try Rashawn versus what try you, like it don't matter to what degree
Try
you feel
Jesus.
you trying them. Like
I mean,
you
yeah,
insulted his intelligence, which like to him is probably a bigger deal than being worried about his masculinity, as he said. Like I'm sitting here with my legs crossed, my pants up, like trying my masculinity don't get me there. It don't take me there. I don't give a fuck.
Right.
Like it's my intelligence, it's my empathy that I take pride in. So based off that, he tried him. Like he tried him at the level of what he takes pride in. So
Yeah,
I
I
don't
don't like
think
seeing niggas get away
Yeah.
with shit they should have got slapped in the mouth for.
that's right. So that's what I'm saying. Like I don't
Because
think
he
it's,
should have
I
got
don't
slapped in
think
the because he should have got slapped in the mouth.
to you. I mean, to
It's
you.
a slappable offense.
No, it's not.
It's
It's
a
really, it's really,
slappable.
not,
It's
it's
a
really not a
slappable
to
offense.
you. It's
Then
really
what I'm
not a
saying,
to
if
you.
he would have slapped him, I would be like, yeah, he tried him.
Yeah.
Does he have to slap him? No, but just because he didn't doesn't mean I don't think he didn't retort back to the trying. Like I feel like he
I mean,
stood
he
his ground.
responded verbally. Yeah,
He stood his ground.
verbally.
Yeah. So that's all I'm saying. Like I don't feel like he letting him try him and get away with it or is emasculated. Like I feel like he stood his ground when somebody tried him.
It depends on the friend. It depends on who you're talking to. Some people come across and feel like Andrew got punked, and some people will feel like Ryan went out like a punk.
Right. Because that's
it depends on who you
because
talk
the
to.
black people who feel like Andrew got punked are the ones who gonna see yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Ryan. He told that nigga ain't say shit. He told him, nigga, I don't care about you. That's right. So yeah, there is a whole frame that's gonna be put in.
Yeah, they gonna feel like he won.
Right.
Yeah. And it's probably the same niggas who say don't come to me as a man. yeah. I know niggas who in a traditional masculine frame would only respond to being tried in a very specific way. Like that's what I'm saying. Like I understand men who are in that frame. That's the only response to that level of disrespect. Is slapping or violence. Like I get that.
I mean,
that's like the only thing we disagree about is that all men are in that frame.
Right. Because I'm looking at the whole thing. You done brought me here to your shit. You got your peoples here. I'm basically here by myself. I got my little people.
But you already knew what the fuck it was when he invited you over to after y'all had a beef. That's what I'm saying. Like for me, when we started this show, I said that I don't fight. I'm not a violent person. This is why, because you're already inviting me into your shit over some stuff we had a point of contention about. I'm not coming in here expecting to be anything but tried. Like, so like you're not gonna catch me off guard when you try me. Like all I'm gonna be like is, how is he gonna try me? How is he gonna
conversation?
Try me?
Yeah, conversation wise. But if I'm a comedian and I'm going into a podcast with some retired football players, I'm also not sitting up here thinking that my manhood finna be tried to the point where motherfuckers telling me, huh, you think I care about you? Well, bitch,
I wouldn't know how he was gonna try me, but I would have expected to be tried.
No,
that's the only reason you invited me over here to your shit.
But
because
that's
I
what I'm
said
saying.
something you didn't
I'm expecting to be tried verbally because that's where it was at. But now
and he did try him verbally.
He also tried him on some. You should have got.
But it still was verbally though. He tried him verbally. Now, if Andrew would have responded physically, now we
Yeah.
in the physical realm. You can't say that
Yeah.
Ryan tried him physically. He literally tried him
On the
verbally.
down. Yeah, no,
He tried him verbally.
He tried him
It felt
physically. He tried
physical.
to.
He tried him verbally.
No, he tried him
Eh,
physically.
right.
He tried to
It
go to see how
activated
far he
you.
can go. No, he
It
tried to see how
activated
far
you
he can go.
physically. It
Yeah, he
activated
tried
you
to see.
physically.
He tried to
But
see how far
he
he can
did
go.
not try. He did not
He
try.
tried to see how far he
physically.
can go. He
You
tried to
see
see
what
how
I'm talking
far he
about?
can go.
The logic is not
Yeah,
logicking.
okay.
It's not.
Yeah,
But that's
right.
okay because it activates you. I get it. But I'm just saying,
No,
like this is what I be
no,
talking about. Like when people
not, and
activate it,
that's
there's no
why,
logic.
that's exactly why I'm glad that you don't have to operate in masculinity.
I'm glad too because, like,
Yeah,
yeah,
because you wouldn't know how to
my point,
respond to it
but my
because you don't
point
know
is
when it's
also
actually
that
getting
men
imposed
get
on you.
activated, and when men
Right.
are activated, they're just as the logic don't be logicking. It's not gender specific. It's just what activates you.
Right, but
And
that's the
if that
point though.
man
How
trying
could
you
you
like
say
that
that the logic
activates
ain't
you,
logicking? How are you
because
saying the
it's
logic ain't
not.
logicking? It's
Because
not
you
your
just
logic
said
to
this
work out
man
because you're not
tried
a
him
man.
physically. You said
It's
he
not
tried him
your logic
physically.
to. It's not your
That's
logic to work
not.
out because
As a
right, because as a woman, that's not your.
Because you
That's not your
literally
logic to
are trying
navigate.
to tell me that
Right,
Ryan tried him
right,
physically.
but you're also trying
You're
to logic how
literally
a man
wanting me
should
to
act in that
believe that.
situation.
I'm not talking about how I'm talking about the words you
Right, but
just
you're
said
saying
to
the
me.
logic ain't
Was
logicking. You're
is
saying the
not
logic ain't logicking. It is
because
though.
you said Ryan tried him physically, and I'm trying to figure out how did
No,
he
he
try him
did
physically.
because he tried to see
He
how he
did.
tries. How far can I go before I get the
Did
shit
he get
slapped
up
out
in
of me?
his face and like stand nose to nose with him? Did he like
Man, quit
get it
playing.
all in his face and yell? Did he like touch his
That's why.
eyeball with
That's
his
what.
finger? Did he kick him? Did he like
That's
push
why.
him? Did he throw a
Yep. And then
chair? Did he
before
punch
you
a
figure all that
wall?
out, your ass is
Like,
fucked up because
I'm just
you gotta have the shit happen first.
once
That's how
again,
we're just gonna figure this out and
but
do this the
that's
sensible way people feel. Y'all got to get hit
right.
first before y'all respond. Y'all
I
need
don't
to
have to
actually
get
see the
hit.
violence and the threat
I don't
happen
have
before
to
y'all
get
see it
hit
as a
because
threat.
I know
But
when
yeah,
people
you
are
do because you sitting there
activated.
talking about did he get in his face?
I know
Did he
when
put his
people are
finger on him?
activated,
Did he do?
just like
Then
you're
you
activated
would
right
have
now. So
understood
that's
that.
why I don't have to get hit.
Yeah,
Because
I
see, this is
am.
what happens when a person's activated and they're illogical, and I pick that up. This is what I.
Yeah, like,
You two are ridiculous. You two are ridiculous.
that's crazy. Bring on back up. Bring on back up.
I didn't remove her.
I didn't remove her
Oh.
either.
I remove myself. That's the point.
Oh.
That's what I do when people
Okay.
are active and illogical.
Oh, my bad.
Right, and my point is that you really don't have the position to argue whether that logic matters because I'm talking about an interaction between two men.
Yeah, I'm not gonna argue
You
that.
really right,
I'm
right,
not gonna
right,
argue with
right, right.
activated
Hold
people
on,
that they
but you
logic
are
ain't
though.
logical.
But you are
No,
though.
see,
You
watch
are.
this.
You are
No,
though. You are though. Right. Okay. Then right. Then just remove yourself. Then. But you didn't. You want to sit up here and say that the logic ain't logicking. You want to tell me that it's a problem with the shit, then leave. So when you get a response like that, then it's a problem.
Oh shoot, guys.
Because you want to impose your logic on it. You want to make your opinion known, and then say, "Oh well, I'll just leave." Then once somebody activated. You don't know nothing about that. You can't say that logic don't logic because you wouldn't even know what to do with that because you wouldn't be in that situation.
I wouldn't be in that situation. I agree on that.
Right. You wouldn't be a man in that situation. You would never exist
Okay.
as a man in that situation. So you can't tell me that the logic ain't logicking because it wouldn't even
Okay.
be directed to you like that.
Well, I would do the same thing Andrew did.
Of course.
He's
Because
a
you're a
man, so
woman.
why it don't count? He's
Because
a
you're a
man.
woman. That's why you would do exactly what he
Is
would
he
have
not
did.
a man? Andrew's a man, so I would respond much the same way. So does that mean he's not a
Right,
man?
but you're also saying that my reaction is something that the logic ain't logicking.
No,
It
I didn't
don't
say
make
your
sense to do
reaction.
that.
I didn't say your
But it
reaction
don't
was
make you
illogical.
breathe.
I didn't
Breathe.
say
You
that.
saying the logic ain't logicking. That's my
Yes,
whole thing.
I was
That's
very
why I'm
specific
telling you
about
why
it.
that's right.
I didn't say your reaction was illogical. I
Right,
actually
but you're
agree with
telling
your
me what I'm
reaction. I've
saying.
actually
Right. Then why are
validated
you
your
telling me the
reaction.
logic don't logic?
I'm talking about one specific thing
Because
that you
you
can't
got
hear.
the idea that people, you coming from the idea
No,
that people can't put
no.
their hands on them because of words they
That's
say.
not what
Oh,
I
did he
said.
fit?
I
You
said that's
said,
not
did
what
he
I would
threaten you
do.
physically? Did he put his
No,
fingers on you? Did
we
he put his
disagreed
hands on
because
you? Right, there's got to
you
be
said
some
you
provoking
said he threatened.
action
See, this
that
is
has
why we
got to,
can't. See,
we've
you
been there
can't hear me.
already.
You can't hear me. You can't hear me.
No, because we've been here already.
I know you
We've
can't
been
hear me.
here already.
So
The idea
once
is that
again, you
there's
want
no
me to come back
reason
and
for
talk
him
to
to
you so you
react
can
like
over
that.
talk me and not hear me. So that's why I'm not gonna.
Bree, that's
why
what's
see,
been
that's
going
why I'm gonna
on.
disengage.
That's
Disengage.
what's been going on. That's cool. Disengage, bro. Disengage, bro. That's probably the best.
It is. It works.
It really don't.
All right, Negroes.
Because the situation's still gonna be there. Yeah, we go ahead and wrap this up.
Yeah, we 4 hour mark. We 2 hours past the 2 hour mark. The infamous 2 hour mark. But yeah, y'all, man, appreciate anybody stop by, man. Anybody might watch us on the replay, man. I thought it was a good demonstration. But I will talk to y'all later. Y'all 2 people in the chat. Hope one of y'all is not yellow on his phone device. That means there's only one person in the chat.